What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, all is well. I thought I was tripping over here for a little bit, but, I think I've gotten everything under control. We'll see how long I feel like that, though. Still feel like I'm forgetting something, man, personally.
Nah, I think you're good.
But other than that, all is well. Can't complain. How things with you, man? You look nice again.
Thanks.
I like that.
Thank you.
Like when you bring the different colors in here, man. Make it pop a little bit,
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Nah, everything's good over here, man. Also, no complaints.
I like it. Hey, yo, we went for 3 hours and 17 minutes yesterday. Are you aware of that, bro? That's a long time, man. That was
3
a long
hours.
time, man. It was a long time, bro. I blame you.
It was fun.
I always blame you.
Shout out to the chat. They made it fun.
But to say between the chat, between you making it funny in here, man, it's just...
I was making it funny.
Yeah, indirectly. But when you started tag teaming with TGO and me, then I started defending myself. And before I knew it, we lost track of time, man. It'd be like that. But I like that, though. It's fun that way. So I appreciate you bringing that to the table. All
I thought
right?
we were just talking ball. We were just talking about what we saw.
It
last
definitely,
week.
it didn't feel like we were just talking ball. It felt like there was some ulterior motives behind the conversations. It felt like, one person let me know, hey, this is that. You were just kind of like, is that, but I ain't gonna commit to it all the way. But I'm gonna make sure that is that, but you can't. You left that plausible deniability in there, so I do respect that for you. But yeah, it just felt like it was some other intentions behind that conversation.
I just know there have been a lot of things discussed over these last couple of days surrounding the Bills, and I just wanted to get some perspective.
I just thought we have moved on. That's all.
I wanted to get more context.
we don't need context.
I wanted to get more context.
We were done with context. We were done with consistency. We were done with all of that type
I wanted
of
to
stuff.
see what TG thought about the Bills' consistency going forward.
We didn't need that combo. That's all I'm saying. It felt like it was forced. Like we need to have that.
I think we brushed by it pretty quickly on Monday, so maybe that's why
I
we had
thought
to
we did.
revisit it.
I thought we did our due diligence on Monday. Everything was good. And we was done. It felt right. It felt right, man. But I'm glad that we're past that now, and now we're actually to the real fun part of the off season, where we get to start talking draft, man. Because we did get the first official mock draft from Mel Kiper, who we know in terms of mock drafts and just draft season, he is the head honcho. Been doing it forever, it seems like. And, we always like to at least acknowledge his stuff. So we are going to definitely tap in with that. Also, we talked about, was it Sean McCartney, if I remember correctly? He was the super chat person that brought up the idea of a topic that we're going to discuss today in terms of areas that we think the team should look to improve the roster, and then how should they go about doing
Basically,
it.
what would you do if you're the
free
GM?
Agency? Absolutely. GM for the day. You can with
Like,
that
what's
too.
your grand plan for the next two or 3 months?
Yeah, I like that. Yep, so we definitely going to tap in on that as well. So, yeah, with that being said, man, let's get it going the way that we always do, all right? Because, Deke, since 3 hours and 17 minutes was yesterday, it was Mexican lasagna yesterday, so I didn't have a hard timetable. Tonight is fish and chips, all right? I love fish and
6:30.
chips. 6:30 hard. I love fish and chips. Like, it's low-key like my mystery favorite food is fish and chips.
Chips as in actual
As in,
chips.
like,
I know
no,
some
like the
people
French fries.
refer to them as fries. Okay.
Yeah. But, like, that's my thing. That's my thing. So that's on the menu tonight, 6:30. All right? So y'all heard it?
Works for me. We
It's
can be
out.
efficient.
All right. Let's man, we got on 3.5. We got on almost 3.5. That was almost like an OG version yesterday, man. Remember back when we was doing 4 hours of content.
Hey, it was the 400th episode. What can you do?
It was the 400th episode. You're absolutely right. So with that being said, because it's the 401st episode, let's have some more fun with it, baby. So let us know where you are tuning in from, and we'll give you those big boy shout outs to start the show off the right way. Let's get it.
Donald Copeland, Hill District, 412.
Let's go. Shout out to the Hill District too, man. Major love.
Jim Himes, 814, Home of the Curve. Altoona.
Let's go. Is that what y'all called out the curve?
Yeah, Altoona Curve. That's the Pirates AA team.
Bro, you're right. I'm thinking Altoona Curve, like, yo, is that like the midway point to Penn State? I was like, is that like what y'all call it? Yeah. Totally forgot about the actual
It
team.
is kind of the midway point. I think
That's
it's
what I
like
thought when I thought of
two and
Altoona.
a half hours in.
Yeah.
It's going up to Penn State.
Oh.
828
But I
style.
do like that The Altoona though, I do like their logos though, bro. Like you seen the hats?
I'll be honest, no.
Oh, well, I'm a hat dude, and I actually be looking for like them like AA and single A squads because they got like the dope logos. Yeah, man, check them out, bro.
I'm sure they do. Who's our AAA? AAA is over in Indianapolis.
Yes.
I don't even know what their team name is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they got a dope logo if I remember though. And the only reason I thought of it because when I was in Buffalo, we had the Bison up there, and that's the little. I think it's what for the not the Mets. Might be the Nationals. But whatever it was like the crazy logos. That's what got me kicking on them things.
You're
So when
right
I
about
came
the
here, I
minor
started
league
looking.
teams.
I was
though.
like, yo, who's the Pirates like minor leagues? And that's why I found the Altoona one.
You got one?
Yes, I do got the Altoona. I didn't get the Indiana one though.
Okay, you might got a rocket.
I need to, man. The same way I work my Norfolk Tides one. That's another like, was it minor league or AA, AAA? One of them ones. Yeah, I like to rock that type of stuff though, man.
You're right about the minor leagues, though. It's always something extra with them.
Yeah.
They got to do something to
They
get
have
people to
to.
go to the games.
They
but
have to.
You're right, even with the logos.
Yeah.
They do, for the most part, have something sick. It's something that's going to draw your attention.
Yeah.
We got Brian Brosey, the 904 Duval.
Let's go.
Last name
go.
Brosey. Yeah, cool. I got it.
Shout
right there.
out, shout
I probably
out.
botched it up yesterday.
Let's get it.
We got Philip Hopkins, the 951, Menifee, California.
Let's go. Now it's my turn. Can I tap in for a second, man? Because you know
Go
we
for
got
it.
the homie Farron Bradford tuning in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then I got Marjo Jones tuning in from the CM57. Bad news in the house. That's Newport news, baby, for those that don't know. We call it bad news, though. Shout out, shout out. Then I see the homie Max Brookshaw, tuning in from the 604, Vancouver, Canada. And I do want to visit Vancouver one day. I've always wanted to visit Vancouver since I was playing NBA Jams Extreme, and it was the Vancouver Grizzlies, bro. And
NBA Jams Extreme.
you remember NBA Jams?
What happened to NBA Street?
NBA shit was cool, but NBA Jams was before all that. This was
Okay.
like, I'm like, baby, like
Street was my first one for
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, NBA Jams was way before that, man. They had to do Sharif Abdul-Rahim. He's on fire. Yeah, bro.
Wait, this was like a street version of that?
No, it was like in the
2v2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I say, but they always make me think of Vancouver, bro. Absolutely.
I didn't know if they were like outdoor courts or something.
No.
like that.
This is like indoor. It wasn't even alternating courts. I don't even think you.
I think I know what you're talking about. I mean, I definitely played it, but this is after. This is after like my prime gaming. My prime gaming was for that type of stuff.
Yeah.
NFL Street, NBA Street.
Yeah, this is before all
Those
the
are my
NFL and NBA streets. This is like, think more so around the time of like, man, Charles Barkley used to have a basketball game. It was around that time.
What?
Frame. Yes, bro. Charles Barkley Street Ball. I would never forget
No.
it. My mom took that game from me about 2 days of me playing it because he cursed. He'd be like, yo, go get the dang ball. But he said the D word. And then she was like, at that time, now we won't having that. Yeah, man, I'll never forget that.
What was it rated on the game?
Bro, you gotta think.
Teen? Because
Like-
remember
like-
they had some weird
But
ratings.
think
E
about-
for everyone.
You
T,
asking me
teen.
as an adult. You're talking about, like, I'm talking 6, 7, 8 years old, man. I ain't thinking about no ratings. I don't have no clue about no ratings. It was just when we turned that game on, and he started. And you find when you first playing it, it was all good. But let that ball roll down the little court, and you don't get it. Oh, he gonna yell that thing out, and it's definitely Charles Barkley voice. You like, dang, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You got any more here?
Man, I see Donald Copeland here. Remember that too? Yeah, NBA Jam. Yeah, it's the OG. Yeah, shout out to Alex Papa Michael. All right, but y'all got a couple more in here, man. I got Brian Schaefer tuning in from the 804 VA. Oscar Flores tuning in from Cancun, Mexico. Cancun on 3. That's what they say, right? And then after that, we will end it with shout out to Alex Papa Michael with the boom shakalaka. Yeah, that was yeah. That's that game right there where you bring it back the nostalgia one time for me, baby. All right, but I will end it with Jay Flame, tuning in from the 330 Warren, Ohio, a.k.a. Dub City, baby. Let's get it. Hit that like button one time on the front end of this zang. And let's tap in, man. What these supers talking about on the front end, partner?
All right, give me a sec. We got official momentum. Saying what's good, everyone. Happy Thursday. # Friday Junior.
Let's go. Oh, let's go, Mo. Let's go, Maurice. Or official momentum. However, we can give you all the names. I'm going to call you every name. I love it.
He also says Quincy Roche back in the black and gold.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about it. Absolutely.
And then he just broke some news for us. Frank Reich to the
Yep.
Panthers.
Yeah, that just popped up as well, man. I like my man's on it. He is on it, man. Absolutely.
You got any take on that?
I mean, I hope it works out for the Panthers. When, you keep going through coach after coach, you hope that one of them hit. We know Frank Wright was just in a similar role as a head coach in a situation that, depending on how you looked at it, you might think that the Colts had a better roster or a better situation initially. But, we'll see what he does in this Carolina Panthers situation. For me, I'm still kind of iffy with it just because I don't get like overly enamored with the coach that failed and then get him another spot and see if he could pass like right away. That's just me personally. But I hope it works out for him though. Honestly, man, we'll see how it goes. I wonder what they're going to do with Steve Wilkes. Do they keep him on the staff? Because I know he was also the big part of why they turned it around and even why they were winning the way that they were down the stretch.
You're right.
And I know he was in consideration. So now that they did go Frank Wright instead of him, yeah, where do you go with that? I think he's an asset. You clearly see that, but that's a hard sell sometimes, But we'll see.
Especially with the players responding to Wilkes.
Yeah, because you could make a case that he finished better than how Frank did in terms of them both getting opportunities this season at the head coaching realm.
For sure this season. Yeah. I do think Reich is a pretty damn good coach. I think he got a raw deal up in Indy. Ended up with a winning record throughout all that. The Jacoby Brissett, the Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, that whole like quarterback carousel. Yeah. It's like I still think he's a pretty good coach. And I'm not surprised that he got this opportunity. I just didn't know if it was going to be literally the year after. Whereas like Peterson, he got fired from the Eagles. He took a year off. Right. I didn't know how it was going to be with Reich.
Most of the time it feels like you get that year of like, all right, cool off, go back to the lab. But for him, it's just like, all right, we hopping right back in this thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope it works out. And for Carolina, I get it. I mean, I'm not saying you're desperate, but to an extent, you feel like that when you look at the fact that you've gone through multiple coaches now and you still haven't found that guy just yet that, we kind of, like we talk about here in Pittsburgh, to the point where you can at least start it, just, I don't want to say take advantage of, but just, you just get overly comfortable with them being here. I don't feel like they've come close to that since Ron Rivera has been gone. So it makes sense. I hope it does, at least for them.
Outside of Jim Harbaugh and Sean Payton.
And Payton said he's staying in the booth.
Is he?
Yeah, he said, I thought that was a report, that he was going to stay in the booth for at least 1 year.
Wow.
At least 1 more year, and then decide to look again.
Didn't like his options.
Nah.
He's just preying on Brandon Staley's demise.
Well, y'all was all trying to write him off. What we said was like, I don't think they're going to just fire that man, bro. Like, nah.
I feel like they should have. They used the OC as the scapegoat.
Yeah, because you still want some type of continuity, man. Not everything is just change it after 2 seasons, change it, man, because then you just never get any progress.
But no, outside of those two, who's next? I would put Frank Reich and like a Brian Flores in that next tier of coaching candidates. Yeah. So I feel like Carolina got a good guy.
Yeah. Like I said, depending on how you look at it, obviously Nathaniel Hackett, he got hired as the OC with the Jets today. So all of it went back to back. Yeah, all of it was like Frank Wright head coach.
You see what they're doing.
You know what I mean? So it's like, what you mean?
They're eyeing up Rodgers, man.
Oh yeah. Definitely on that. Because they said that, was it the Jets and it's another team? I forgot who they listed.
Titans are one of them for sure.
But they were saying were like some of the like favorite locations potentially for Aaron Rodgers. So that would definitely make sense. But that's what Denver did. Difference is Denver did it as the head coach. The Jets are doing it the smart way, putting him as OC.
And it seems like Rodgers is weirdly open to it right now. I don't know if you've heard anything from his interviews with McAfee. He was just like, if they're looking to trade me, so be it. Yeah. It sounds like he's done. And you know what? What is the deal with Rodgers, man? I'm a fan of him. I think he's a really good quarterback. He takes this $50 million contract from the Packers, and he's like, okay, trade me. This is like some NBA shit right here. Take a huge deal somewhere, and then I'm unhappy. Trade me somewhere else. It's not as good as I want it to be here in Green Bay. I wonder why. You took a $50 million contract.
Maybe that's just the Aaron Rodgers, man. I don't know him personally, so I can't speak on it. But it does look just like, yeah, I'm with you. Like,
you really about the winning like that much?
Like, seriously, yeah.
I'm sure you are to an extent, but then just taking the $50 million, now you're worth it compared to what the other quarterbacks were getting at the time when you're talking about market. But geez,
once again, and then for you to just the year after, like, all right, man, if you want to
move
on,
I'm good with being traded.
It's like, Devontae would still be here if it wasn't for you tripping out like you've been tripping. You know what I mean? Like the season ends and it goes back to, oh, do I want to play? Do I not want to play? Let me think about it. All right, if they want to trade me, they can trade me. I'm cool with it either way. So, like I said, I don't know the man like that. So yeah, he's just.
Yeah. He can't do the Jets, right?
What you mean?
Exact Favre path.
Says Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers we talk about, man.
I thought he was just gonna end his career with Green Bay. I'm actually bummed in a way. I feel like that's how it should be.
Because you want your heroes to stay where they supposed to be,
just
and I'm
finishing
like,
Green Bay.
You want them to stay there for the legacy part, and I'm like, bro, they don't care about that. I don't think he cares about it at all. I think he's willing to go wherever, man. And that's the weird part, though, because he should feel like what you say. Kind of like when we talked about Seven. It's like, could Seven go play somewhere else? Yes. But it's just like, yo, it doesn't feel like he's going to really want to do that. I don't think he would try that. Brady, he don't care. He'll bounce. All right, man. All right, next team. Let's go.
Well, I think what worked with Brady, though, he spent 3 years there.
Mm-hmm.
And he played like really, really good.
He got
so
a
if
ring
anything,
there.
that just boosts his legacy.
Yeah,
Right, he got a ring there.
It changes the whole dynamic.
Phillip Rivers going from the Chargers to the Colts for 1 year.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Matt Ryan,
Yep.
Falcons to the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah,
it's not worth it long term.
But if they would have won a ring there, it would have been. In both of those scenarios,
this is the tough. It's the tough thing, right?
For both of those quarterbacks too, when they went to Indy, it looked like they were just a quarterback away. Whether you're talking with Rivers or even this year with Matt Ryan, it was like, yo, they have everything in place. But both years, crazy stuff happens. This year, I thought it was a lot of the injury stuff that really affected him. And then from there, we knew the whole head coaching situation. Last year, the quarterback play was up and down, and we saw how that kind of reflected at the end of the season for them dudes. But, yeah, it's just...
I agree with you.
It made sense for those guys at the time.
It's hard to do.
Even Carson Wentz, to an extent, it made sense to go to Indy.
Right.
Because at the time, their roster, you got the dome. Everything said, yes, Indy is going to be the spot.
Well, he's still in the middle of his career, but you get what I'm saying with, like, Matt Ryan or Phillip Rivers. They probably don't think they're done.
Yeah.
And Phillip Rivers actually kind of played good with the Colts.
Yeah. To me, though, now, granted, they're not aging the way that Brady is aged, but I do feel like Brady's situation helped him out. It helped him age these past 3 years. Whereas you look at the Indy situation, them things, they look good on paper, but they fell through. And I feel like it really showed the age on those quarterbacks when they're forced to do things that they're not accustomed to doing. When you talk about Brady, he's not a guy that's going to just create by his legs in the pocket. No, he wins with time, and he wins with you not outsmarting him with protection and things like that. You think Matt Ryan, similar conversation. You think Phillip Rivers, similar conversation. So you go to Indy thinking, man, we got this old line. It's going to be dope. And then you get there and it's like, wait a minute. This isn't how it's supposed to be acting right now. And now you get these quarterbacks that are older kind of getting exposed. And now you just expedite their exit. Whereas realistically, could they have probably got another year somewhere else if the situation was smooth for them? Yeah. But when you see them in that type of setting, and it looks to that extent, it's just hard to justify giving those dudes other opportunities. And that's ultimately why they end up going ahead and retiring after that, man. It's unfortunate, though, man.
I could see the Packers being ready to move on to Jordan Love.
You think it makes sense, though?
I'd still stick with Rodgers.
Even
I think
with this?
I think that they're looking off of Jordan Love's game from last year. Didn't he come in against the Eagles?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he looked pretty good. I feel like they're looking at that, and they're ready to move off the Rodgers cap hit, just that whole saga, and try to write everything their own in a way. Like, hey, let me put my stamp on this. We don't have to deal with Aaron Rodgers anymore. Yeah. I could see them wanting to do that. Not saying it's right or wrong. Actually, I feel like it's wrong. I think you stick with Rodgers.
See, I'm back and forth on it. I think you stick with Rodgers if you're really trying to make another run at it. But if I don't feel like we're legitimately there, I'm like, man, I'm tired of this nonsense, bro. Ship him out. Get what I can get for him. We're going to see what we got in Jordan left. I think he has, 2 years left on that deal?
Build a team around him on that.
Yeah, he got 2 years left. If it doesn't work out, all right, we know we hard resetting it. But that's why I'm like back and forth with it, because I'm listening to it just seems like nonchalant. I'm like, bro, give me something like that you are like in it like that. And like I said, I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe that is how he showed that he's in it. But you just want a little bit more conviction. And at this stage, it's like, all right, I'm not getting that. We got questionable play, whether we talking the receivers or we talking him specifically. But either way, it was not what we thought we were getting. So it's like, if I'm not getting what I'm thinking I'm getting, I'm spending a ton of money anyways, and you're like hot and cold with, do you want to be here? Do you not want to be here? Let's just go ahead and move on, man. Right, wrong, and different. So that's why I can see it either way with that thing, man.
Fish Momentum, what's good, everyone? Happy Thursday. No, I already read that. God damn it.
You hold yourself to such a high standard, Deke. Gotta relax, man. It's all right.
How many times did I screenshot that message?
It be like that sometimes, man.
Okay. Now we're good. Fish Momentum says, shout out to all in this great Steeler family.
Let's go.
Also says Ambition at Rivers, February 10th, 2023.
Let's get it.
8 p.m. to midnight.
Let's get it.
Hashtag free show.
Hey, you heard what he said, man. Free. Who don't love a little free? Let's go. Let's go.
Also says, I found out, hashtag all about Deke. Hashtag salute Young King. GOAT.
What's that?
I don't know. I'll be honest, I have no clue what he found out about me.
You know he be having info on everybody, though. He got a story for everybody, too. I'm waiting to hear the Deke story.
Hopefully it was good.
You're going to have a Deke story.
Farron Bradford, Dable will be missed in Buffalo.
Sure. If you say so, go. He was already gone, though. Yeah, they was still pretty cool. But shout out to Brian Dable, though, man. He's a dope coach, man. I ain't tripping on him now. Absolutely.
Yo, Young, hope you talk about the Steelers on the Bills channel the same way you talk about them here. Otherwise, we'll know where your real loyalties are.
Well, how y'all gonna know? Y'all supposed to be on this channel, the Steelers channel. Huh? Nah, yo, Young, Young, and a couple other folk that tapped in over there. I've been peeping it. They was looking for Beak. I ain't found Beak just yet. We taking our time on that, all right? It's a long process, okay? Deke, in this show, did it just pop up overnight? No, it took time.
Beak.
Yeah, so we looking for Beak. Beak. It was like, yo.
Zeke's the funnier name, I think. Well, Beak's funny, but Zeke's the one that would make the most sense.
Zeke is crazy. Especially when,
that's
people
actually
even call
people's
you that.
nickname. Yeah, people do accidentally call me Zeke sometimes. Because Deke, like, that's more based off my name. It has nothing to do with the Steelers and an S or anything. People are trying to do Beak because of Buffalo and the Bills are B, so it doesn't have to be that way. I think Zeke makes sense.
Either one. I'm with it, though. I'm with it.
Farron Bradford.
Should he wear a hat like you? Because I know how you felt when you seen
what he does.
When you seen Ben, homie, with his little hat. It felt like it was some smoke in here. There was a little hat beef. I remember that.
He stole my black and white Pirates hat.
It made me nervous. Now, whoever Beak is, I doubt he's gonna have a Pirates hat on. But
he could wear a B.
You know what I'm saying?
Black and white B hat.
It's gotta be Zoo.
Well, they don't have any teams up there, do they? Baseball teams.
Nah, just
they
the minor leagues.
They do have a minor league team?
Yeah, the Buffalo Bison. Yeah.
Is it with a B on it?
Yeah, and this is big, like,
maybe he could do that.
Bison dude. Yeah. Kind of looks just like a buffalo. Looks just like a buffalo, but they call it a bison. Like, y'all look identical. Buffalo and bison.
They probably have some alternate logo, which is just a
B. Right? Just, yeah. But either way, shout out.
Farron Bradford, we need to go all in on defense the first 2 rounds.
Okay.
And if that means trading next year's first and third, let's do it. We can still address the O-line in this year's 3rd and 4th round because there is talent there.
Okay.
Man, I
do like that,
just reading something really interesting on Twitter. I forget who it was because I want to give them credit. Steeler Takeaways, I believe. They did research on top 10 players across the league, and they took the average of those players and where they were drafted. And it kind of just goes to show potentially you could find certain positions later based off these averages. It's not this foregone thing that's, guaranteed to happen, but it was showing like safeties out of the top 10 players and safeties, the average is 3rd round for them. Quarterback was 1st round. Like, it was based off decimals too. It was like 1.4, so I don't know exactly what that means. 1.4. Linemen were later, like interior linemen were in like the 3rd and 4th range, and we're talking top 10 players in the league right now. I just found it interesting. Obviously, if you find a guy like, say, Linderbaum last year, first round. You just take him if you think he's going to be like a household name for you going forward. But I want to look into that more because that was pretty intriguing.
Yeah, it would be. I'm because I wonder what position. Well, probably not.
Cornerback was, I think it was like second round.
Quarterback, what, first and second?
Yeah, but quarterback was, I think, the highest. It was like 1.4.
That's what I was thinking.
That's probably just due to
just everybody takes
quarterbacks
a quarterback.
take them. Yeah,
everybody
people take them so high because you don't want to not have one, so you take a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, Fish Momentum. D-Hop in the black and gold.
What's going on with D-Hop?
He wants out.
Oh.
No, we're good.
I was about to say, hey, man.
No, we're good.
We ain't making a pitch for D-Hop. You
Hold
done
on.
made pitches for J.J. Watt. You don't want no D-Hop pitch now? That's crazy.
We know his cap hit's like $27 million, or that's what his yearly contract value is. Let's check this over the cap site because they let you know about the whole how much dead cap teams are taking on with trades and whatnot. So if it's in Deontay Johnson's range of a clean swap, if it's, hey, we're only taking on $16 million of Hopkins' contract. Okay, this is what? Trade pre-June 1st. They're not making this. They're just not making this trade because the dead money for the Cardinals would be $22.6 million if you trade them before June 1st.
That's like we moved on from AB.
They would have cap savings of $8.1 million, though. Oh, holy hell. So that means right now the Cardinals, sitting with DeAndre Hopkins this year, have a $30 million cap hit with him.
Yeah.
That's rough. If they trade him after June 1st, it would be an $11.3 million cap hit for the Cardinals. Cap savings of $19.4 million. So I'm guessing the cap savings would be what the other team has to take on.
So how much would we have to take on then? Say that
for the post June 1st, that would be $19.4 million.
Jeez.
Pre June 1st, it would only be $8 million.
But then they take the bulk of it.
They take $22 million in dead cap. Again, I don't know if teams can somehow finagle ways around this and change the numbers or whatnot, but that's what it sits at right now on this website. I'm glad I found this thing. This is amazing.
Well, who would you want? How old is D-Hop right now?
Probably 30.
Because he missed 30. Time because of the injury. He missed time because of the suspension this year.
He played really good last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was still
and even the year before that, he was playing well,
He was still top 10 receiver, at least. How old is he?
That's what I'm trying.
It's not letting me. God damn it. It's not letting me scroll. Hold on.
All right, hold on. Let me try. I was scared, man. I didn't know what I had did to my computer over here.
I'm guessing 31. Yeah, he's 30 right now. He'll be 31 next year. Do I want him?
Yeah.
I'm already confused looking at all these numbers. How would this work out? We throw Deontay in the deal? Throw Deontay and a pick in the deal to get Hopkins?
Okay.
The cap hits don't look bad for us. We're only taking on $8 million. So, yeah, sure. I'd do that. I don't think they're doing it.
I definitely don't think they're doing it. But then I'm asking myself, is D-Hop and Pickens the same? And we still missing the Deontay now?
Yeah. You want that quick separation factor.
Yeah, because that's my only... I'm just like...
Yeah, this is not a deal.
More.
This is not a deal I'm, pounding the table for.
Yeah.
It's not that intriguing.
I love the
to me.
name, obviously, and we know who D-Hop is career-wise, but I'm just like, at this stage, I got Pickens that's going to do what Hop's going to do. Or at least I feel like he should be able to, or he's going to be, taking that next step. But neither one of those dudes in terms of Hopkins or Pickens can do what Deontay can do. And I think a Deontay benefits Kitty way more right now than having a Hop and a Pickens right now that are just, more of like your down the yard type guys, combat, catch, throw 'em up type guys,
I'd rather do the Ramsey deal over this one.
Yeah.
If we're going to trade Deontay, I'd rather get a Ramsey in here.
Because I think that would definitely help overall. Yeah, I'm with you.
And again, you got to draft Addison in the draft. You got to make sure that happens. Yeah. Dude. I feel like that's who I'm going to want us to pick. I'm not even going to front right now. Addison posted something on Instagram with Pickett in the Steelers uni. He wants to be here. Pickett wants him to be here.
That's all
I think
good.
we just got to make it happen.
That's all good. I just think of, like, what was our issue last year, though?
What was our issue? We're playing pretty damn good down the stretch. Our biggest issue? It's not that bad of an issue. Either side. You can talk offensive line or cornerbacks. I feel like we're all right there. It depends on what we bring back. We can address those with the 32nd pick and also the second-round pick, third-round pick, even free agency. You only get one chance to draft Pickett's college receiver, the Oblitnikoff Award. You only get one chance at that. You could draft another lineman next year. You could pick up a dude. You could trade for a dude.
Cool.
You only get one chance. And Bengals took that chance by getting Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell. Worked out for them. So,
is Jordan Jamar?
I don't know if he has to be.
Okay, fair enough.
He's Jordan Addison.
What does that mean?
And if the connection's there with Pickett, it's all that really matters. Because we got a Pickens here too. I feel like they can all work in sequence together.
Okay.
The closer we get to this, I think Addison's going to be my pick for the Steelers. I'm not even going to front.
Hey, Richard Arbizo said you just want us to be the Bengals. He said he's ashamed of you right now, man.
They're just an example.
Y'all see that he was rooting for the boys last week? He with Eli Apple. He said that's the cornerback that he want too. I'm glad you called him out and not me. I mean, I get it. It can help, without a doubt. Could definitely help. Does it make the room crowded? Absolutely. I do think we create a little bit of an identity crisis for our offense if we do the approach of bringing in Jordan while we still have Deontay and Pickens here. Because now we go back to we got to feed these mouths plus a Pat. And that's my only thought. The only thing that makes me hesitant about the Jordan Addison all the way is because it's like, it just seems like overkill in that position. And it was something that we had essentially the same model early in the season. But we all felt like we got better once that model went from 3 to 2. So that's my only thing. It's like we bring it in and we move on from Deontay. Okay, that's a conversation. But if all three are here, it's like, man, we are not going to go back to trying to be physical, running the ball, and playing that game like that. We essentially saying, hey, Kenny, we're going to sink or swim with you. Now, I know you feel like that's the great move, but we'll see how it goes.
I want balance still. I still want to be able to run the ball. Thing is, Addison ain't Claypool.
Cool. We don't know what he is, though. That's the problem.
He'll be good. He'll definitely be good. Especially if we get him here with Pickett.
Remember they called Claypool Megatron?
He's playing good, man. He was definitely playing good. But didn't work out that way with him. There's multiple reasons. We could talk. I don't know what the hell he's doing behind the scenes in the offseason, but he just did not progress the way he should have.
Yeah. But that's my only thing. It's just like, we want this guy to be great right now. And we projecting. It's just like, we ain't seen it just yet, man. But we have seen some of the other productivity from other players. That's always my big hiccup whenever we talk about moving from Deontay for Jordan, specifically that dynamic. It's just like, man, that just seems super duper dicey to me. But then to keep
the cap
all
hit's
three,
a part of it though with Deontay.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah, that's definitely a part of it, yeah. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling like receiver at 17, man. But that could definitely change throughout this process. That's the other beauty of this process. We get to just go be like, hey, we want an offensive lineman today. I think I want a 17 offensive lineman. You know what? 2 weeks from now, I might be over here like, I think I want a linebacker at 17. So, yeah.
It's the essence of that phrase. My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes.
Yeah.
Logistically, doesn't make sense. But as I said, you only get one chance to draft the receiver that you connected with in college and had a historic run with at Pitt. You only get one chance at that. That's what I'll be looking at here.
I just love the optimism. This is always this time of year. You only see it one way. It could only be success.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
I'm kind of locked in right now.
Jeez.
We still got 3 months to go. That's my Steelers pick.
For sure.
Gorilla Mode. Moats and Deke, love the show. I work from home, and you guys always have me laughing at my computer. Shout out to everyone in the chat.
Let's go, Gorilla Mode. Shout out to you as well, man. And we are glad that you're always tuning in as well, man.
Next, we got Farron Bradford. Arkansas inside linebacker Drew Saunders' trajectory is scary. The right system, he can be the guy. Outside linebacker from Bama, transfer switching to inside linebacker, who brings versatility and athleticism. 6'5", 230, tons of potential.
All right. Yeah, he's on the list to check out. I was checking out my DBs today, though. Just top 3 dudes, man. I need to deep dive into them because we got to talk about them a little bit, man. So I got you on MLBs, though. That's coming. That's definitely coming. He's definitely on my list, though. Absolutely.
Richard Arbizo, NBA Jam. That makes Moats mid-30s now.
Hey, man, 34. We ain't hiding. Yeah.
Farron Bradford. Antonio Johnson, safety out of Texas A&M because of his size, but excels in the nickel. Shows he's a playmaker as well as doing the fundamentals that Edmonds does. Versatile and cheap. What, did they have this guy projected in like the 5th round or something?
I have no clue. Yeah, like I said, I haven't got to that position just yet. But Antonio Johnson, I mean, yeah. It's just always funny to me. Y'all know that, man. Y'all be trying to get rid of my dog Evans quick. Yo, man, bring this rookie in, man. He got this, man. Bring that guy. He got that. He definitely get him, man. Evans ain't getting up out of here by no Ricky, baby. He ain't getting up out of here by no Ricky. Come on.
We got to bring him back first.
Come on, baby. Yeah, we definitely got to bring him back.
Another thing, back to the Addison stuff with Deontay and everything. The way TG's talking, it's a lock that Deontay is getting traded this offseason.
He does say it like that. And he said before the draft. He didn't say before the draft, but he was like, he's not going to put on a Steelers uni. So that's
like he's like, it's a lock.
Yeah, bruh. That's what he said. He said he's locked in. It's done. He like confirmed that was going to happen, bro.
Like, we're not hearing many Deontay trade rumors out there right now.
Last year it made sense. This year I'm like, I don't see it.
It's more fans and podcasts and stuff talking about that potential, but there's no like hard rumors coming out from anyone verified or like there's some inklings that the Steelers are looking to move on from Deontay this off. There's nothing like that. It's just us coming up with Deontay trades.
Hey, hold on. Y'all got me.
What?
I'm tripping. I know I was getting something, dude. Well, I'm already in here now. I'm just gonna leave it on. But I think it was Steelers Girl 517. She says, "Is it a hair grabber?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Then I see Steelers Road Warrior. The wife said, "Hold my clip." I'm like, "Bro, what?" And then Nope 412 says, "Moats starting a new trend with the hair clip." And I just remember,
I didn't know what you were doing there,
bro. So what happened was this: I was going to pick up little ones from school. Me and wifey do it together. She always has her hair clip. I was driving. She took the hair clip out when she got out the car. And when she hopped back in, I ain't wanted to sit on it. So I grabbed the clip and I just threw it on my head. Might have forgot that it was on my head until about 44 minutes into the show. So yeah. Okay. Shout out to wifey. You see? Nice little, yeah. Dang, Deke, you was gonna let me sit up here with this thing on my head, man?
I honestly thought it was a style
Deke,
thing. That's why I didn't comment on it.
Deke, we've been here 40 minutes. You just gonna let me sit with the hair clip on me, bro? Like, that's nuts.
I thought you were serious about it.
Why?
I thought it was a new style thing you were going
what?
for. I'm being dead serious.
What?
That's why I didn't say anything.
Deke, what?
I'm sorry. No, I didn't think anything of it.
Deke, just let me out here. Just have me look crazy out here in these streets, man. Just Deke, hair. I don't even match. How's that part of my drip? Jeez, man.
I'm sorry. I'll know next time.
Come on, man. Don't you do me like that. Ay. Shout out to wifey, though. I thought it was the new what? Boy, I ain't never seen no Lord. Make sure I ain't got it now. I told you I felt like I was forgetting something. Who would have thought that was it? Am I forgetting anything else? No, I'm nervous. I definitely forgot that was up there. Lord. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Y'all don't miss nothing.
We got Jack Henderson saying official momentum has to have a full-time job to pay for these super chats. LMAO.
Oh, no,
he's working.
GNC. Yeah,
he's steady
working.
Yeah,
GNC. Yeah. We actually have a good amount of people that work while they chat. That's what we've been realizing. Well, salute y'all.
Van Bradford, PZ Jr. is handsy and not a lot of turnovers created. Asking him to just play a role will be beneficial to his growth. He is not ready to come in and be a day one starter, but his ceiling is what makes him worth it.
Okay. Shout out to Farron then.
I have no clue. I haven't watched a snap of Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, we're going to talk about him a little bit. That's why I ain't want to drop anything right now. But I do like what Van Bradford's saying, though. Yeah.
Also says sleepers for cornerback. Rajon Wright from Oregon State. Last chance U player.
Yep, him and I remember his old, I think it was his older brother. I remember it was there as well. Both of them dudes though, straight up.
Defensive end. Gervin.
Did you watch that show?
No.
Oh yeah. I thought you watched that thing, man. Yeah,
Who did we have on? Was it Steven Sims or Millette?
No.
One of them we're talking about.
Millette. It was Millette. He said he just missed it, right? And I thought we had a D lineman too that played at. Was it Montravis?
Well, Jalen Warren played at Snow College.
No, but I think it was Montravis. He said that they were either about to play one of them. I know Millette definitely, but I thought it was somebody else.
I think pretty much everyone outside of Pickens and Liao had some type of like crazy scenario in college. Like even Connor Hayward, wasn't he like back and forth? He was ready to quit and stuff. See, everyone had something going on.
Yeah. Crazy though. Shout out to Last Chance U though, man.
He also brings up Gervin Dexter from Florida, defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive tackle Jalen Duncan from Maryland. Center Cedric Van Pran from Georgia. Those are sleepers.
I like it. See, Fran been on his college scouting. I like him.
Let's go, UW. How about instead of drafting a receiver this draft, why not get a Lev Bell type back like X Valaday? Is his name literally X?
It's got to be like Xavier, right?
I don't know.
If it's X, does that make you like him more?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Be like Sauce?
Yeah.
Or like Greedy?
That'd be sick.
Yeah, you got to have a cool name, man.
X Valaday.
It does sound hard.
I don't know where he's getting drafted. No, we don't need running back. Why do we need running back?
Why do we need a receiver?
No, running back, though. That's different.
What's the difference?
That's different.
What's the difference?
You can have like 4 or 5 receivers.
You can have 2 running backs, right?
Yeah, but that's about max, and we don't even do that, really.
But maybe we shift it. Maybe we change. We saw the Niners do it. The Niners used 4 running backs at one point in time.
I'm fine with having Jalen Warren and Najee Harris out there as is. I don't think we need to bring in another guy.
You just never know, man.
If it's a 6th-round pick, fine. Flyer, I'm completely fine with that. Let's not waste this 1st or 2nd-round pick on a running back right now. That's a terrible decision.
But it was 32. 32?
No. 5th round and later. Because hell, even 4th round, that type of guy can make an impact. Fish Momentum says, ambition in Radio Tokyo versus Up Past 10. Hashtag Big Deke Tour.
Up Past 10.
Yeah.
Yo, that's really good. Yo, I feel good. This is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's it.
I love it. That's dope right there, man.
El Miranda, what chat really wants to know, what are the chances you two collab with Seven and Spence on footballing, watching a game together next season? Wow.
I was going to say, who's Spence?
I guess that's the guy that stole my pirate hat.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, I don't know who Spence is. Man, you never know what the future holds, baby, so we will see.
Berlin 92. How close have you guys gotten over the years on a scale of Cain and Abel to Earl Thomas and his brother?
Not that close. Yeah, not that close. Deke is on the Earl Thomas. I'm not close like that. Yeah. I don't even love my own brother like that. And I love my brother. I don't love him like that. And I'm good, man. I'm good. Okay. Yeah. I don't even want to drink after you. All right. Keep your over here. All right. Oh, yeah. Go. At least I'm speaking for myself. Maybe Deke on some other time. That's at least I'm good.
No, that'll never happen.
I'm good.
That'll never happen.
Yeah,
but
I'm good.
Somewhere in between those two? You're saying the scale?
Oh, because we're either lovers or we're killers. I either want to kill you or I want to enjoy the scene with you. Either way, I'm good on both parts, man. I'm good.
I feel like we're friends. We're good friends.
Yeah.
I'd consider us just good friends.
In fact, I think we're right smack in the middle of that. We're not too far that I want to kill him and he want to kill me, and we definitely not in the direction of he love and I love. We are smack dab, like the most neutral you can get. That's where we at, man.
What was that story with Earl Thomas?
With him, his brother, and then they was doing the devil's three-way with the young lady, and then the wifey came in and was like, yo, you doing what with what? And then put the young on the thing and then put the piece in his head, and then the chick was still there.
That's what I was wondering, why that was a story.
Yeah. And then she put the gun on his head, and then it was like, yo, he almost died. Yeah. And then all the details came out as to why she put the gun on his head, because she found out that him and his brother was high-fiving with, London Bridge in the middle. It was just kind of crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah. Zero chance. We are, nah, bruh. Yeah. Like I said, I don't even love my brother that much, and I loves my brother. I'm cool. Okay, I'm cool.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those things you have to decide in your life. Like, what are your boundaries? That's something I'm never doing.
Yes,
I'm just never doing that with anyone.
You're either there or you're not. And it's just not happening. I don't see how that works. I'm good. Yeah, you're right, Richard R.
I don't think it matters how close a friend you have in your life or how close you are with your brother.
It doesn't matter. It's just
I'm not doing that. Because there's probably people that aren't that close,
and they're
but
like,
they're freaky like that.
They're like, yo, it don't matter. It's just love. Weird. It's just people. It's just fun. I'm not on that time. I'm on time for some stuff. I'm not on time for that. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Richard R. Bezo, how Moats still don't got a Big Deke energy hoodie?
It's crazy, right? It's crazy. That's how you know we ain't Earl Thomas close. Because if it was Earl Thomas close, I probably would have been wearing his hoodie. All right, so we good. And I ain't killed him for the hoodie, so we ain't Cain and Abel close either. So that's how you can tell everything is copacetic around here.
Ty_2. Draft a cornerback with the first pick. Trade for the Chargers' first pick, and then go with Addison. Don't trade DJ. Shout out to all the truckers.
Let's go, Churchland in the house. Let's get it. Question: how are we getting the Chargers' first pick if we are not trading DJ, though? What are we giving up to get that? Are we swapping our 32nd with them then?
Shit, I just deleted his comment.
It's all good. No.
We're trading our 32nd, and we're probably trading like our third round pick or something.
He's going to
move up. Okay. Whatever it takes to move up.
Gotcha.
From 32.
Where are they picking it right now?
Who, the Chargers?
Yeah.
Probably.
Got to be what, 28, 20s?
No. They got bounced in the first round.
Probably like 20.
Right? We're 17, so yeah, and probably anywhere between like 20 and 24.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Not a bad call.
I'm
not a bad call, because I feel like,
and it's picks for picks. So
with our team, we are at a point that, if we could bring back the base of the squad, we might be starting to pick for depth when you're talking about like second and third rounds. Yeah. So we might not need that many picks.
Package it up, get you just quality impact players. Yeah.
That's not a bad call either.
And they're picking at 21. Good call, Evan Bean and Vince Trombetto. Shout out to y'all.
That's probably what
man.
it would take, like the 32nd and the third or fourth rounder, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe it could even be next year's too.
Let's go. Yeah, I like the fact when we started doing the mix and match of the years for the draft picks. That always is fun. Unless it's something that we missed on, then it's not so fun.
We got 3 people that have joined the upper room.
Shout out to Ty_2, AJ Martinez, and Shane Carter Jr. And we also have a 4th, Mr. Pitt Steelers for life. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And we greatly appreciate you. Welcome to the family.
Let's Go UW says a change of pace back is something we don't have. Warren isn't different than Najee. X is short for Xavier. Okay. I don't want him though.
Dang.
I'm good.
Dang.
A change of pace back is something we don't have. Warren isn't different than Najee. I'm gonna disagree on that one. I think Warren is a lot quicker and shiftier than Najee. As pass catchers, I think they're both pretty good. Najee's just thumper, dude that's just going to take on the hits, bigger than a bunch of the defenders and linebackers he's going up against. He brings that kind of like slow bleed. You'll take 4 yards of carry with him.
Mm-hmm.
Tough yards, set the tone, chew the clock. I think Jaylen Warren, you get him a pass out in space. I think he could break off a run if you give him a hole. I think he could go for like 30, 40 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Najee, I think it's really rare he's done something like that. I can only think of the Browns game, and I guess maybe even this Saints game this year where he's gone for over like 25 or 30.
But it still feels like labor. It's never like a Warren where it's like you see acceleration, you see separation, you see him gaining yardage like in a hurry. Yeah, his is like I'm stiff arming, I'm spinning, I'm dragging this guy. Like it's a different
Some
dynamic.
of the broken tackles he had this year were literally incredible.
Yeah, to me, man, Jaylen Warren, I do think that he is the change of pace back. Now, it might not be as clear or as defined for you because he has a physical element to his game, whereas most of the change of pace backs in the NFL, they typically don't play with a certain level of physicality. They're typically the guys that are more shifty and that make you miss, but they're not trying to lower a shoulder on you. Jaylen, he can make you miss, but he's more so I'm going to put my foot in the ground, get north and south, and I'm going to just use my explosiveness to make you miss. It's going to make you play faster than what you want to. Both are effective. I just think that for him, his approach is more professional in the sense of once I see my lane, just put my foot in the ground and go. Whereas when you think of a lot of the change of pace backs or the third down specific backs, when they catch the pass out the backfoot, what's the first thing they do? They break down. They want to try to dance. Whereas you think Jaylen, when he's getting that rock, what do you see from him? He's catching that thing, and once he sees where he wants to go, it's foot in the ground, and he's 0 to 100. And that's the thing that I think helps him out. And that was year one. I'm excited to see what he does in year two because we know the speed that he plays with is very challenging for open field tackles. In terms of just like gauging him and stuff like that, which was why when we talked about potentially making the shift of him being the number one running back versus Najee, one of the things we talked about was how Najee doesn't make a lot of people miss. When he gets to that second level, he usually was going down off of the first defender, whereas with Jaylen, you weren't seeing a lot of just first guy come in there and just tackle him. He would make that first guy miss. Whether it was him stepping around him, sometimes he might even give him a little bit of that shoulder on him, but you weren't going to see a ton of him just going down off of the first tackle or the first defender at the second level. And that also goes back to why, in terms of that change of pace element, why I do feel like he brings that. Whereas for Najee, when he gets to the second level, he's going to run you over. And if he does, then he'll get the chance to, spring it. But we've seen if he's not running you over, a lot of times is what? It just started to become gunshots. Pop, 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 pop. Because multiple people getting to him and hitting him and stuff like that. So a little bit more of a change up, but I could understand why it might not be as defined though, So there's a little breakdown for you.
Jerry Ramos, Deke, Moats, blessings. Sorry, I didn't catch the live yesterday, but I caught up with the recording of it.
Shout out to
Congrats
you,
on 400. Question for you two. You think Pickett has the potential to be an MVP? Yes.
The potential, sure. We'll see. I feel like at this level, everybody is talented enough. It's funny, man, when, people look at Kenny and say he can't make this throw, he can't do that. And it's like, no, literally, he can make every single throw that your favorite quarterback makes. That's not the question. At this level, man, you could take the third string quarterback and they can make every single throw. The thing is, can you do it under pressure? Can you do it when the stakes are high? Can you do it when everything does not go according to plan? And that's the difference between your Hall of Famers, your MVPs, your All Pros, your Pro Bowlers, your role players, your practice squad guys, and then the guys that are just barely hanging on. Who can do it consistently every single time, home, away, sunshine, nighttime, doesn't matter. That is going to be the part where we see with Kenny. For right now, we all speculate on it, but he's going to get his chance to continue to write his story. But that's the difference in terms of like, when I think of just Kenny winning MVP, it's like, yeah, everybody has the opportunity. Absolutely. But can he do it to that level with that type of discipline and that type of week in and week out? And it doesn't matter. That's the part where we'll find out, because plenty of people try it, but we see, man, not everybody's able to actually sustain that for the duration to actually win something like that.
Official Momentum says, sorry, Deke. Loved the music sample.
Let's go.
Integrity King.
Let's go.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Was it yesterday when they? I thought they brought up the sample song. You was like, you played it on the drums, but you said it was a beat that y'all sampled, or you sampled it from somebody else's band?
I'm just saying. There's been other drummers in the band, so like I don't even know what's being looked up.
Okay.
Might not be me. So like,
you did say that yesterday.
I don't know
too.
if I can like give the salute to what is being found.
Yeah.
I know I'm good, but like I
don't know about other drummers.
I don't know about some of these other drummers in the past.
Ain't that a drummer for you?
Yeah, but I know. I mean,
don't put that stamp on me.
You're not perfect out there, right? You have some slip ups at times,
but you ain't claiming that. Huh? I'm with you. Yeah, claim yours. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what's out there, to be honest with you. Yeah, because they had the website, they had all that stuff before like I became that guy. So I don't know. I don't know what's out there. I know we play pretty damn good these last couple of years. I know.
Let's go. When the next show, man?
I'm not saying anything. I mean,
we done got the name now, or at least one of the names that is up past 10. Is that the official name?
It is. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to keep that separate, you know.
I'm grateful. That's awesome. I had no clue what the name was. I don't even know how Official Momentum found out what the name was.
It's probably not hard, honestly.
How you find it?
Probably just search my name.
And okay.
You probably could. I don't know
okay.
how people found it. I remember actually one of the dudes in my Twitch said, "Yeah, I found it like in the snap of a finger."
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I like it then.
Yeah, it's been out there.
I like it. Let's go.
Nah, I don't, dude. It's just like one of those things. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. To be honest.
So humble.
Yeah, it was just like one of those things. Like I said, I'm just trying to like keep it separate, but I guess
could dig it. No, I could dig it, man.
I guess that can't be the case.
I could dig it.
I'm not saying it like as a bad thing or anything. It's just is what it is.
I mean, man, y'all getting too big. It just go hand in hand. It just keep going, baby. Let's get it.
Gorilla mode. Steelers should pick left tackle.
Bro, they said they're gonna find your crib next.
Hey, what I'm saying.
Wildin', yeah.
Slippery slope.
Yo, what?
Slippery slope.
Hey, yeah, man.
Steelers should pick left tackle at 17. All top guys, Williams, Wirfs, Johnson, Slater are first rounders. It seems harder to miss at that position and more important to the offense as a whole.
I get what you're saying. I do. And that isn't something that we haven't looked at. I think it's just been times where we've been picking, like we talked about with the Najee pick and with the Kenny Pickett pick, where it's just like we needed a quarterback when it was Kenny, so it made perfect sense. He's sitting there. We took him. When we talk about the Najee pick, we looked at some of the other tackles, but I think we talked about yesterday too, right? We're looking at a guy like a Tevin Jenkins because a lot of the more established guys or the more polished guys had already been gone. But I wouldn't want to have a Tevin Jenkins and not have a Najee Harris right now. And I think that was the thing that we all kind of agreed upon in that moment. It's like, yeah, you would love to have drafted offensive lineman then, or even at 55 in that draft. But it's like, man, you got a Najee here, you got a Pat there. And you look at the other guys that were going to be available at that same time, I don't think you were going to get better value or a better player or a more productive player in those spots than the people that we picked. And that was one of the things that even Kevin Colbert has talked about. It's just like, where else would you have went specifically in that year? Because those other players that we did like that were at other positions, they just weren't available.
Who's next? Oh,
it should be.
Did you already say this guy with the upper room?
No, I did not.
Jim Himes.
Yeah, Jim Himes. Shout out to Jim Himes. And welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's get it. All right, quick pause on the supers because it is 5:04, and we do need to get this first topic in, man. Because we was about to do it again. I can feel it.
Okay.
I can feel it. So let's talk a little mock draft first. All right. I want to react. And I want to get a chance for us to finally talk a little shop, man. It's a quick little reaction on these little fellas now that we started, or at least I've started looking into it. So, dang. And you know what I just realized, Deke? When my computer did what it did, I got to get the website back up. Jeez Louise.
You talking about Kiper's draft?
Yes,
I got it on my phone.
You got it? All right.
I got it on my phone. Not in the most optimal format.
I'm about to say
it is what it is.
Either that or you could read off a super while I stall and
No.
get
I'm
it.
good. I'm
okay.
good. I got it. You want me to just list off team by team?
Yeah, do it team by team to initially start it off. Oh, I got it now. But yeah, you go. I like when you read though. You got the best like reading voice.
Chicago Bears.
And a non-Earl Thomas brother way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears with the first pick select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle out of Georgia.
Shout out to Jalen.
Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud.
How you
QB out of Ohio
State? Yeah.
I don't know what to make of it, dude. Ohio State quarterbacks.
If you're Houston, what are you doing?
Haven't been the best in the pros.
Or are you going to spend money on Derek Carr?
The knock on Bryce Young is definitely the size. He's a winner. I'm not saying C.J. Stroud isn't.
Size matters to you.
It's just I'm not too gun-ho on either one right now as I sit here to say like, oh, I can't believe they snubbed Bryce Young. A lot of people have Bryce Young at 1.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to take C.J. Stroud over Young, fine.
C.J. Stroud, end of the season, and that game against Georgia, big reason why.
You're taking Young over Stroud? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying in the sense of like why some people might have flipped to it being C.J. Stroud instead of it being Bryce Young.
Oh, how he did against Georgia.
Yeah, how he played against Georgia because he showed not only the throwing part, but it was also the legs that really,
I think both guys are good. I think both guys deserve to be picked in the top 5, especially if you're looking for a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Like I would put both of them over Levis. Now, Levis, the argument for him is he's at Kentucky, a team in the SEC, and the guys around him aren't as good as some of these other teams that he's going up against. So he's trying to make do with what he has, and he's got all the talent in the world. Yeah. Whatever. I mean, if that's what you want to go with, sure. And that's what Mel Kiper has the Seahawks doing with the 5th pick, but then I still got the 3rd pick here. That's Will Anderson Jr. out of Alabama going to the Cardinals. Colts take Bryce Young at 4. I think they would be ecstatic about that.
And he in a dome? Oh, man, that's love.
I was talking with a Colts fan in my life. Like, he really wants Young.
Serious?
Yeah, he's like, I think we got to do whatever it takes.
Young's fire. He just, the frame is small, but he's fire.
Detroit taking Tyree Wilson, defensive end out of Texas Tech at 6. Raiders at 7, taking Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern.
Yeah, the old lineman boy.
Just sounds like a football player.
But he
sounds like a dude that's going to bulldoze you over.
He one of them dudes. I'm like, if you like to fall a little to us, I'm all here for it. A
lot of people do have us taking him.
That's
if he
what
does
I'm saying.
fall.
If he were to fall, he would be one of them dudes. Just off my initial. I ain't tapped in all the way just yet. But just off the initial, I'm like, ooh, caught my eye. But that was a highlight. I ain't go back and watch game on him yet.
I don't even need to watch the tape. I could just look at his name.
That's what I'm talking
Peter
about.
Skoronski.
It sounds like he probably got a beard. He probably could run block, and he definitely could pass block. Yeah, and he wears flannels. He definitely wears flannels.
Okay. Next one is Falcons. Miles Murphy, defensive end out of Clemson. Panthers, Anthony Richardson, QB Florida.
Yeah.
At number 9.
I heard people trying to say that Baltimore was going to potentially look at him too. I'm like, man, y'all got to stop this, bro.
That's the big Noriega of the Ravens fan.
Yeah. It's like, bro, like Lamar is the guy, period. Pay that man his money.
Philadelphia Eagles at number 10.
Which is crazy.
Kalijah Kancey out of Pitt.
How you like that?
Tackle.
How you like that?
Oh, he's legit.
How you like that?
He's legit.
Can I get a breakdown on him? What's up? What you got on this?
He's really good. Like he's really damn good. He's an athletic defensive tackle.
Does that mean they moving on from Hargrave?
Yeah, that's probably why they make this pick.
Okay, because he's similar to him, right?
Yeah. No, he's legit. He's gonna be good, man. He's gonna be really good. He's not gonna be Aaron Donald, but like he's gonna be legit as hell. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's why I said Hargrave.
Multi-time Pro Bowler. Yeah, like he was sick. He was sick early on in his career at Pitt. Like freshman, sophomore year. And he just won Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC. Yeah. So he's really.
We got Defensive Player of the Year for the ACC.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Salute. Okay.
Yeah, he's legit as hell.
Salute.
Tennessee Titans at 11 take Paris Johnson Jr. out of Ohio State.
He's another guy that if he would have slipped, we might be looking at him as well.
That's where some of the earlier mock drafts.
He's another one.
Had us taking him. I think they had us at like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And us taking Paris Johnson Jr. But then we kept winning, and now we're at 17.
Tell them what happened, Deke.
It is what it is.
They rolled us off, but we ain't right back, though.
12, Houston Texans via the Cleveland Browns. Trade. They take Lucas Van Ness, defensive line, out of Iowa. The Jets take, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll be honest. I'm just saying Jackson Smith out of Ohio State.
Hold on. Smith and Jigba.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
They take him out of Ohio State. New England Patriots. They take your boy, Devin Witherspoon, out of Illinois at the 14th spot.
And I love it. I love the pick, Deke. I love the pick.
First cornerback off the board, according to
Kiper.
Kiper.
Deke. I love the pick. Devin in New England, bruh. It makes perfect sense. I would hate it, though. It makes perfect sense.
Packers at 15 take Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame.
He nice. He definitely nice.
Washington Commanders.
Still can't talk you into.
At 16.
I can't talk you into going that approach, kind of.
What?
The Gentry and Mayer, big ball, 12 personnel, Pickens, Deontay on the outside, OG New England style.
What happens to Muth?
No, I said both. Like, think about New England. It was Gronk and Hernandez. I said, can I sell you on us getting Michael Mayer?
So you're saying Muth
Pairing
and Mayer?
him with Mayer. Yeah, those two together. And then we already got our receivers out front in terms of Pickens and DJ. Then you got the running game with Najee. Another option for your boy Kenny. He's definitely a complete tail tight end. Like, he will probably push move to see who's gonna be the guy. Now we talking about having two studs, two ballers, almost like Ertz and Goddard in Philly. Can I sell you on that?
They only got one guy these days. Like, they got rid of.
But they've changed to that. But remember, it was a time where it was Ertz and Goddard together, and they was nice. They was like that.
It sounds nice.
It does sound nice. It's intriguing a little bit.
It's not terrible. Is that what you want to do?
I flirt with it. I haven't committed because I haven't started watching all the prospects just yet. By the time we get to the draft, though, I'm gonna have it locked in. But I've only started watching, like I said, the first like couple dudes, like heavy so far. And I'll talk about them in a little bit. But yeah, I haven't checked on mother dudes just yet. But the concept, I like it a little bit because I'm like, it doesn't have to drastically change our offense, but it gives Kenny another weapon. And at the same time, the concussions with Move was making me a little nervous. Okay. So I'm just kind of like, all right, should I bring me something in just to be safe? I also like the fact that Michael would definitely be able to match that if Move is unavailable to me at any point in time. If this becomes an issue going forward, I at least know I got me another crazy, because remember, it was supposed to be Ebron and Move. That was supposed to be the vibe. It was. I ain't tripping on that. That was supposed to be the vibe. And remember, Ebron stopped dropping passes while I grew my little beard out. It worked. And then he hurt. So I'm just saying. I kind of like the two tight end set, big boy ball, play action at pass. Kenny can operate in between the middle of the field, any of those tight ends. And then when he wants to stretch the field, you got Pickens and you got DJ who wins one-on-ones, create separation. Both of them dudes can block. When I want to go big personnel, 13 personnel, I bring in Gentry. Or if I get exotic, you bring in Connor. Big boy ball. Start out so you get the defense and base personnel. They got to go 3 safety or something like that. And then we disperse that formation to like empty. Or disperse it to, a more of a like smaller personnel grouping type set. And now you got Kenny out here operating with mismatches.
What's this dude's comparison?
To me, I think of him like just kind of like a more complete move. Like in that same vein, he can run block, he can pass block, he can run routes.
He's between
he has size.
Gronk and Muth.
Yeah, like he's not as tall as Gronk. I think he's what 6'5". Is he 6'5"? I thought he was like in that range, right? I'm not. Let me make sure.
I'll check right now.
Hold on. Oh, you got all right. I didn't want to do him a disservice.
He is. They don't have it up. right now.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna just try to Google
They're
it.
They're waiting for his
the official,
at least on NFL and their whole draft site and stuff. They're waiting for his.
All right, I'm gonna check Notre Dame's. I'm gonna check Notre Dame website real quick and see what we got.
I just don't think the Steelers will do it.
You say you don't think they would?
Yeah. Listen, dude.
6'4", 265. Like I said, like
he could talk me into it. You definitely could talk me into it. I'm not even gonna front.
67 catches, 809 yards, 9 tutties, average 12.1 per catch. It has the run out the ability. Like I said, man, could move you in terms of the blocking part of it. When you want to keep him into protection, so if Kenny wants to stretch the field, he could definitely give you that.
What other teams are doing this right now?
In terms of the big boy 2 tight end sets?
Patriots are trying.
They want to get back to that, but yeah, we'll see.
It's just not there. Mm-hmm. Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry.
But I say because I think of Philly and San Fran, but they don't have a second guy that they use like that. Because I think of like Kittle and Huschek and how they use those 2 guys. But Pat could be your move guy. Both of them could be the move.
Why I ask that is
either one could be move out. Both, like I said, both win one-on-ones.
I like the thought of doing something different than what the rest of the league is doing.
Oh, well, yeah, because I'm really trying to think like San Fran's probably the closest that I could think that are doing it to like a successful level with 2 of those body types.
Because Baltimore, that's why with the Patriots doing it, that's why it was so unique. It was no one really had a plan for that at the time. It was out of nowhere
because it makes you play base defense. But you got athletes. So now you got, not everybody has a Fred Warner. Not everybody has, these type of guys that can really cover. So when you start talking about spacing these dudes out and now you got these LBs playing one-on-one with these dudes, they panic, man. Because that's not what they built for. You might have 1, but not 2 of those dudes. And you're going to be in base because of the personnel, because you got to respect the threat of the run. And with the Najee back there, with 2 more than capable blockers, you can't even say, I'm going to play small ball against it. And that's what New England would really force you into doing. Because you would say, okay, we can't cover Gronk and Hernandez out of base. We can't cover them out of a 3 safety look. So we got to go big nickel. But as soon as you go in that nickel front, they're running it. Yeah. And that nickel now has to fill that B gap, or that nickel has to set the edge. He ain't doing that. Not against them tight ends. You Gronk more of them dudes. And Pat or Michael, either one of them dudes versus a nickel corner, man, they going to do the same thing. Because I like it. I ain't there yet, though. But I like it. Baltimore tries it, though. When I think of Mark Andrews and the big boy, was it Ricard?
Sure.
But obviously Ricard doesn't give you the receiving ability, just the heavy blocking ability. But he's one of those ones I was thinking about.
This could get us head and shoulder over those teams that are trying to do it, though. We could be the most successful team.
Because we already have everything there. The infrastructure's already there.
Now, 49ers have the scheme and everything, but in terms of just, we have 2 solid tight ends like that.
Both, like I said, both could cook. And I don't think it would have to take away from anybody else getting fed on the team either. I think Deontay probably would feel it the most, just because of the volume that he's accustomed to getting. But I still feel like across the board, our offense will be way better. We're still going to minimize turnovers, and Kenny's going to be able to flourish in that type of offense right there. And I'm just trying to think, like, you don't even got to overcomplicate it for the Canada people that either believe that he can cook it up or don't believe that he can cook it up. That's just, like I said, early on, dark horse.
Commanders take Broderick Jones at 16, offensive tackle out of Georgia.
All right.
And at 17, your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Thank you for saying it that way. I appreciate you. Because you was talking about me specifically, right? Like, because they be trying to throw that Bills on me.
No, it's kind of like how the announcer does it the game. No. I'm announcing it to everyone.
This ain't no game. It's us. This is me and you here, man. All right?
They have us, or not they. Mel Kiper has us taking Joey Porter Jr., cornerback out of Penn State.
Okay,
I will read the write-up, and then I could go briefly through the guys that go after us.
Yeah. That's perfect. And then after that, I'll talk a little bit on it. Yeah.
He says, like father, like son in Pittsburgh.
Is that your Mel Kiper voice?
No, I'm not going to try to do an impersonation of him. The Steelers drafted linebacker Joey Porter in the 3rd round of 1999. It's a steal when you look back at it.
Yeah, party like it's 1999. One time for the 99 to the 2000, baby. You know what it is.
He says, and they have a need for his son in 2023.
Big facts.
Porter is an aggressive 6'2" corner.
Long.
Who's a 3-year starter for the Nittany Lions. Picked off just 1 pass in his career, but he had 10 pass breakups in 2022. So he gets his hands on the football when it's heading in his direction. The Steelers likely will be hoping one of the top offensive tackles drops to them, and they could also target a defensive tackle. And he just ends it there.
I like it.
Yeah, so who we pass up with that pick? The next one is the Lions taking Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon.
Yeah, he like that.
Bucks take Keon White, defensive lineman out of Georgia Tech. Seahawks at 20 take Byron Young, defensive end linebacker out of Tennessee. Chargers with Tuli Tuipulotu, defensive tackle out of USC. Probably added an extra syllable or two there in that name pronunciation. Baltimore Ravens finally take a receiver. And they did take one in Rashad Bateman, but they get another guy, Quentin Johnson, wide receiver out of TCU. 23, Vikings with Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback out of Mississippi State. Jaguars, Deontay Banks, cornerback out of Maryland. No Ringo, huh? Giants at 25 take Jordan Addison, wide receiver. He has out of USC. Out of USC / Pitt.
He's out of USC, man. He's a Cali kid. He's a Cali kid, man. Let the Cali kid live, man.
Wow. Remember McShay had this dude getting drafted, I think like number 5 to the Eagles like a month ago? Kiper has him at 26 to the Cowboys. Bijan Robinson.
Oh,
RB out of Texas.
You're right. But it's the running back thing.
So he's the first running back taken.
Do you think Dallas does that again, though? Now, granted, it's later in the draft than when they took Zeke, but it's just like...
They're probably cutting Zeke if they do this.
I'm saying in a sense...
And then you have a Robinson-Pollard combo.
I don't know. I mean, it is fire.
Their defense is...
Nice.
I don't know what they got to do with their defense here, if they got to re-sign guys or whatnot, but...
He nice. He definitely
Yeah, their defense is kind of set.
Yeah, he definitely nice.
They could probably use another receiver.
Yeah.
But
nice,
to get back to...
I don't hate it. He nice.
Hey, take the ball out of Dak's hands. Let's run the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a shame because you're paying Dak a lot to start doing that.
Yep.
Buffalo Bills at 27 take Derek Hall, defensive end, out of Auburn.
Who you say?
The Bills are taking Derek Hall.
That's what
you got a take on him?
All right. No comment yet.
Defensive end, outside linebacker.
I ain't got to my D line, outside linebackers just yet.
So what's that? He's the kind of the stopgap for Von Miller in a way.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. You still got Boogie Basham and Russo.
You're
waiting for these guys to emerge.
You got Boogie Basham, Russo,
so
and AJ
Epinesa. Too much overkill right here?
No, but think of it like this, man. Boogie, AJ, and and Russo, all 3 good players. But it's one of them things like when Von went down, they still were getting pressure, but it wasn't like Von, if that makes sense. Like Von Miller's a special type of player. So you always trying to look for that type of impact, that type of guy. And I haven't, like I said, researched this dude, but I think Mel is just saying that he thinks that could be that type of guy.
Right.
Yeah, because the other 3 dudes are still good, but just think of it like they're more, the trio is good versus like if I'm just putting one of those guys out there by themselves, you're not tripping on that. But if I can give you them in waves, that's a little bit different. But hopefully they're saying that this dude could be one of them Vons type. But I haven't watched them yet.
Bengals at 28 take Dalton Kincaid, tight end out of Utah.
Okay.
They also have that dude out of Georgia up there, right? In terms of like a first or second round prospect. Yeah. So, I wonder if maybe these guys are probably going to go second round. Like this guy's going first, probably that Georgia guy. I was going to say, can we hold off on this whole tight end thing and draft the dude maybe third round?
Yeah.
But we don't have to put as many resources into it early on. Get the other positions, cornerback.
Because if not at 17, maybe at 32. But this thing only goes to 31, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wish he would have.
He didn't give us
what
32
players are, the top 5 next up. That would be nice.
Yeah.
So 29. Yeah, that was Bengals taking the tight end. 29 with the Broncos, taking Isaiah Foskey, defensive end out of Notre Dame. Eagles take Brian Branch, safety out of Alabama. That dude's pretty good.
Yeah.
So not too many Alabama games this year, but he was jumping off the screen all over the place. Kansas City Chiefs at 31 take Zay Flowers, wide receiver, Boston College.
And that.
So Ringo's still available for this 32nd pick. I don't know who else. That's the only guy that I'm thinking of right now, though.
I ain't got that far just yet in my evaluations. But talking about our selection, Mel had us taking Joey Porter Jr. I definitely think that he's one of the top 3 corners in this class right now. I think the top 3 dudes, I think it's clear cut. Joey Porter Jr., obviously out of Penn State. Devin Witherspoon, number 31, the corner out of Illinois. And then Christian Gonzalez, number 0, out of Oregon, formerly at Colorado his first 2 years. But when we talk PZ Jr., it makes a lot of sense just in the element of the bloodlines, right? We know there's some familiarity there. And when you talk his game, the thing that I like about his game is this, man. He has a long body with long arms. You watch him out there, the length shows. It's almost like Richard Sherman, like watching him when he would line up against some of these receivers, just how linear he is. I think that he has excellent route recognition, man, in the sense that when he's in coverage, he is reading what these guys are doing, and it helps him be ultra competitive at the catch point. I think that, in terms of his fundamentals, I think that he's really fundamentally sound, and that is the part that helps him in terms of him playing press coverage so much. With him being long like that, he sees his hands home, and that helps him out in terms of just that initial part of it. I also think that he's a willing tackler. He will hit you, and I do like that because we need corners that hit. We don't want dudes that's turning it down, especially in the AFC North. That's a no-go. But I think that, he's definitely a willing tackler. And in terms of how he plays, I just think he plays with really good smarts in terms of seeing the ball. When the ball's up in the air, he does a good job of getting his head around, and he has a good confidence. Just when he's out there, he has that swagger about him, man. I like my corner to be confident. I like my corner to believe in themselves, and he definitely shows all of those things. And I also think that he has really good makeup speed in the sense that I do see guys get separation on him, but his closing is what helps him out, and part of that is because of the length. He's 6'2". I think he might measure a little bit taller than that, but he just looks really long when you're watching him play. Now, some of the things that are negatives about his game or things that you got to be a little bit concerned about. When you talk his long speed, that's something that we want to see what he tests at the combine. He's a long strider, but it doesn't always look like he's just zooming. So you want to see, does he have the big speed, or is he just a regular speed guy at that position? He could be very handsy at times as well. Farron Bradford brought that up, but when you're watching him, he press coverage. So in press, he likes to be physical. Problem is, at our level, some of that stuff's going to get caught. In terms of versus the slant, some of the in-breaking routes, he gets up high on some of their shoulder pads and stuff for wrapping them up. And it's like, you can get away with that at that level because you're able to touch on the dudes, not in a weird way, but just in a football way before the football is released. Whereas at our level, once they pass 5 yards, you can't be that handsy. So that's something that he would definitely have to work on. I also feel like because of him being a tall, linear corner, it makes him a little bit high at times when he's trying to deal with the quick change of direction, which is why they get separation on him, which is one of the things. It's like, he gives that separation up early on, but he has the makeup speed and the closing and the just super route recognition and ball savvy to know. And this part of him being a former receiver, this me just knowing about him, but he had that, in terms of like the high school and stuff like that. So you see how he attacks the ball. The other knock is this, though. He doesn't have a lot of interceptions. You heard it, man. 1 pick in his career. He gets PBUs, but he does not get interceptions. And that obviously is something that we want to see more of. Can he catch? Absolutely. But he just didn't get a lot of interceptions. Now, I will say, watching some of the games that I did watch from him, even
did Porter have Ike teaching him?
No. It's not that he can't catch. This is the situation. I watched the Ohio State game as well, right? He's not getting targeted that much. He gets
this is an awesome problem.
He gets a couple of throws legitimately where it's like, all right, you gonna have a chance right here to make a play on the ball. He gets a couple of those a game from the games that I watched, and I do think that that's part of it. But could he be better in terms of not settling for PBUs and trying to get picks? Yes, because you want your corner to have more picks than one. You know what I mean? Like, you want that. So I would also say that was a knock. And then to me, it's just, like I said, because of his length, you always have the question when you get big corners, are you more of a zone guy at this level? Think Richard Sherman versus man-to-man. Think Darrelle Revis. Think Darius Slay, Joe Hayden. Smaller, more compact. They got that lateral quickness is there. You know what I mean? Whereas when you think of your bigger, longer corners, you think more of your fire zones, your cover threes. IT was a big, tall corner, man. You thinking guys that can run range, they can see stuff, you know? And he does give me that vibe. But at the same time, at Penn State, they would play him pressed up. So I do like his versatility there. But that's the one thing that I'm still just like, in college, you can get away with it. I don't know, can you live like that at this level, especially with how handsy he is? But that's, wow, you know, you projected it. But I definitely like what I see with him a lot. In terms of the other two corners, I would talk about them as well real quick, man. Take me a sip.
Because we passed up.
We passed up on Gonzalez
according to Mel Kiper.
And Witherspoon went in front. So I'll talk Witherspoon as well.
They had Witherspoon at like 10 or 11, I'm pretty sure. So what's the deal with this Witherspoon guy? Why wasn't he talked about that much throughout the season?
Played at Iowa. I mean, Illinois.
He's getting a lot of buzz right now.
Yeah, he played at Illinois. Illinois don't win. It's literally that.
They had a better season this year, weirdly.
Yeah, but it's Illinois. Who are you talking about in the Big Ten?
I'm not disagreeing with you. That I just can't believe.
That's all, man.
They were terrible when Kendrick Green was there. They actually had somewhat of a decent season.
So when you talk Devin Witherspoon, to me, I like him a lot, bro.
He's the guy.
I like him a lot. I'm trying to not like him so much, but I like him a lot. 6'1", $180.
Wait, no, he had Witherspoon.
He has him at 6 foot. On the Illini's website, they have him at 6'1".
Oh, it was 14 to New England. That's where Kiper had him. So 3 picks ahead of us.
Yeah, so with him, man, this season, 12 games, he had 3 picks, 17 PBUs. But, yeah, when we talk Devin, excellent change of direction and technique. When you watch him impress man-to-man, this dude is... It looked like clinic tape at times, man, in the sense of like how he's able to stay square, how he's able to mirror these guys. And then when you talk his ball skills, he gets his head around. Like, it's unreal. And he's attacking that ball. If the ball's in his area, it looks like it's his. That's how he plays it. And we said that Peasy Jr. is a willing tackler. This dude right here, bro, he's trying to knock your head off, but in a fundamental way. That's the part that makes him.
So this dude's like J.C. Horn.
Yes. Like when you talk about a physical tackler, he will. Man, I'm watching this dude fire off on the running back from Michigan. I'm like, bro. And I'm talking like fundamental, not on some reckless. Cause I don't want a big hitter. I don't like big hitters. Big hitters don't tackle you. They just hit you, make a sound, and these guys at this level just stay up and keep running. I don't want that. He's not that. He's a tackler, but a physical tackler, bro. You watch this dude, man, he will light it up, man. So I definitely like that. And I also think, watching him and how they used him at Illinois, he can play inside or outside. In terms of if you need to bump him in the slot, think how we did with Cam Sutton at times. He has that in his wheelhouse as well, but he has more size and I think he's just a better player on the outside. Like, you can play him in the slot, but I think you minimizing him because he's like that on the outside. And then when you talk about his confidence, ton of confidence, ultra competitive, very similar to Peasy. All 3 of these dudes we're going to talk about got that like ultra competitive alpha male. Like, they are the big dogs on their secondaries, which I like, especially at corner. But then I also think that when you talk about his quicks, like, because of, once again, him being a little bit shorter, and I'll see if he really 6'1", he looks a little bit shorter to me than how Peasy is, but not just on no inch type thing, But I do feel like, man, that's what makes his change of direction so much better because his technique, like, he's lower. When you bend a little bit, you keep that center of gravity low. It's a lot easier to go left and right. Whereas for Peasy, he's just a little bit taller and it slows him there. But that's why he doesn't give, in terms of Devin, he doesn't give as much separation early on. And it just has him in good position. Now, in terms of the knocks or the questions I have on him, I just want to see what the 40 time is. He plays crazy fast. I love his quicks. I just want to know, do you have that real long speed, or is the quicks just tricking me to thinking you got that? I got to wait for that. I'm also concerned at times with bigger body receivers. How are you going to handle those guys on the outside? Because to me, he is the shorter of the three between Joey Porter Jr. and Christian Gonzalez. He's the shorter one. I'm just looking like, man, we know some of these dudes can go up. I think of a George Pickens when he goes up top. Can you match that?
For us, it's all Jamar Chase. Yeah. That's all we're thinking about right now.
It's like, can you match that? That's the only thing that makes me a little nervous. And then I also feel like he's just one of those guys that I do like him as a true man-to-man corner. I don't want to play him off. I think he can do it, but I think you're minimizing him if you do that. I would love for him to be one of them dudes you just say, hey, that's your side. You lock that up. Kind of like when you watch the Jets and how they use Sauce Gardner. Like, I would love that for him. And then the last thing that I do got to complain about with him. Now, he's a physical tackler. He will hit you, and he's very fundamentally sound with it. But, son, these angles, bro, he got to improve, bro. When it's run support, sometimes, man, you be looking like, hey, man, open your eyes, bro. What you looking at, man? And that just concerns me in the
That's
AFC
some
North.
simple shit to
that's what
get
I'm saying.
right. That's literally just coaching.
It's like, bro, come on, man. What are you looking at? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. You messing it up right now. Everything else I love, and when you get there, it's beautiful. But sometimes I'm just like, yo, what you looking at? Like, seriously. Because we in a division where you got to stop that run, and they like to make your corners tackle. That's the only thing. But other than that, I love him. He fine.
If he runs that 40 time good, though, you think he creeps up into the top 10?
Potentially, yeah. If he get you 4.3 anything, yeah, he gone. Yeah.
See, I think we have different attitudes on this. If that's the case, I would just rather him run some shitty time. Because remember, I was saying this last year, like even with Devin Lloyd, I'm like, good thing he ran a 4.66 because
he gets the chance. Yeah.
What I'm seeing in these games is he just plays faster than that, and I feel the same way about Jordan Addison. Pickett's talking about, he could run a 4.29, a 4.3, or whatever. Yeah. It's like, no, don't do that, because if you do it, you're gonna go too high for us. I'd rather you run something bad, because I know what you can do on the football field. So weird. It's this weird dynamic where you're probably wanting you just want confirmation.
I want the confirmation, yeah, because I hate that feeling of, man, you look like you playing fast and then you throw a 4.5 and I'm like, bro, how is this the same corner? Like when Joe Hayden ran that 4.5, I was
want
hurt.
People to drop.
When Joe Hayden ran a 4.5, we was all hurt. Like, bro, it's no way that guy ran a 4.5. It's no way.
Claypool duped us.
It is a doggy dog.
That's the dangers of the 40.
It is the 40. Hey man, the 40 will make
you'll pass up on people that you're like, man, this guy plays way faster than this.
Tyquan Thornton went first round behind that 40. Think about that last year. New England.
No, he went second.
New England.
He went way higher than what his projections were. Some people had him going undrafted.
Yeah, people still bring up the Hay-Bay situation where he went because what he ran.
that was just the Raiders.
But the speed part though, speed is what does it, man. It's hard to just not believe speed because you're like, yo, I could coach the rest of it. I could figure it out. At least you tell yourself that.
Thornton actually played kind of good this year, huh?
He did. Yeah, he was straight.
He looked good at Baylor, too.
Yeah.
I was wondering why they had him as a 6th or 7th round pick or maybe even undrafted because he was smooth. He had good body control and everything.
I thought he was smooth as well. I just didn't think he was a refined route runner. I thought he was a one-trick pony in the sense of vertical routes or stop routes. Kind of like when we talked about the dude from Miami. Was it Rambo?
Yeah.
It was just like, yo, they're fast, but it's either vertical or stops. And at this level, it's like you got to be able to run routes. And because he was super thin, we didn't know if he could beat, like, all right, if you're going to be a one-trick pony, are you just going to be another Ted Ginn, essentially, because you're so wiry as well. But now he was definitely all right, though.
What do you got on Gonzalez?
Yeah, so on Gonzalez, I like him a lot as well. With him, 12 games last year, 51 tackles, 4 picks, 7 PBUs. To me, I think he is the smoothest and most well-rounded guy of the group. You watch him in his pedal, it's like he's effortless out there, man. Just smooth with it. And that's whether he's in press coverage or off coverage. Because, like I said, the reason why I feel like he's the most well-rounded is because of that dynamic. When I watch PZ Jr., I'm like, yo, zone. When I watch Witherspoon, I'm like, yo, man. But when I think of Gonzalez, I'm like, yo, I feel like you give me that little bit of in-between. A little bit taller to me than Devin, and a little bit shorter to me than PZ Jr. But then after that, I just feel like he's always under control as well. I don't feel like he plays too fast for himself. When I watch Peasy Jr. at times, I question the handsiness. Is he kind of out of control because he's rapidly trying to catch up to these guys? When I think of Devin, at times when I see him chasing into something that's stretching the yard a little bit, it's like, all right, he looks like he's just working a little bit too hard. But with Gonzalez, I don't really see that a lot from him. So I do like that. He's also a physical player as well. He will hit you, not to the same level of Devin, but he's a good tackler. He will form tackle you as well, which I do like. And he has really nice ball skills. Like, I think Devin has the better ball skills, but to me, I think he's second in line in terms of how he attacks the ball and how he just is able to create turnovers. And obviously, that's the knock right now on Joey Jr. He doesn't have those turnovers that the other two guys have. But I think that he attacks the ball well. He's another guy that gets his head around extremely well, which is important at this level because we know if you don't turn your head around and that ball is up in the air and you 30 yards down the field, they're going to throw the flag every time. It's that simple. But to see all three of these dudes getting that head around, I love that. But Gonzalez, he does a really good job of that. And I just think that he has good size. You know, like I said, that 200-pound frame, man, like he looks built. It's proper. When you talk Peasy, the reason why I look so wiry, 6'2", I kind of think it's almost 6'3", but it's like a $198, $195. It just is. It's long, you know, he looks like a runner. And then when you talk about Devin, he's compact, 6'1", but it's a $180, so it still doesn't look the same as when you're looking at this 6'2", 200-pound like guy over there. Like, it just looks NFL ready. So I do like that a lot. Now, in terms of the cons on him, I don't have a lot. The one part was more consistent in his run support. I think that he's another one of them dudes that is like, all right, don't be a picking and choosing type of dude. If you're gonna play against the run, play against the run. Don't pick and choose with me. And the other thing is definitely the jump ball, because I did get a chance to see him versus some potential NFL talent. They played Georgia early in the year. Yeah, he had one of them go up top on him.
Not surprising.
Yeah, Georgia do it to everybody though, but it was one of those. And even watching that game, it was like he was holding his own, but it was still some stuff where I'm just like, all right, these are the challenges, because that guy that you're watching right there, that's more like what you're going to be seeing on Sundays than some of these teams that you playing out there in the Pac-12, you know? And that was the only thing that I was like, all right, but I still like him a lot though.
Right.
Yeah.
That happens.
Mm-hmm.
That can happen.
Yeah.
And teams aren't tossing up 50-50 balls all the time either.
Yeah.
Like, that's not usually a recipe for offensive success. Those are like one-offs. It's just, hey, I believe in the guy.
My
we need a big play. Let's make a big play.
And at that position is literally pass or fail in those situations.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get he caught it, but it wasn't a dunk on, it wasn't a touchdown, it wasn't a bite. It's like, at that position, you either 100% right or you're 100% wrong.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that's not that bad of a criticism.
Yeah.
Right now, at least.
I'm with you on that. It can't become a reoccurring.
But that
game.
is, I guess, that is one thing to point out. Hey, man.
Well, when I'm talking pros and cons, I at least wanted to have some type of con. Yeah. Like I said,
something to consider.
Right.
That's not a bad one, though.
And with all three of those guys, it's not a ton of negatives. Like when we talk Peasy Jr., what did I say? He doesn't have as many turnovers, and he plays a little bit high at times. The handsy part. When we talked Witherspoon, it was like, all right, does he have the long speed down the yard? Better run support. When we talked Witherspoon, or we talked Gonzalez, once again, it's not a lot of negatives with these guys. That's why, to me, those are the three that are the clear-cut first-round guys. Now, after that, it's a different conversation, but I feel like those three definitely separate themselves, and that's why it's not a lot to critique or, like, pull from them just yet. But we'll keep grinding the tape on it, because that's what you do in the offseason. You watch tape on these dudes, because if we taking a guy at 17, we want to know a lot about him. We want to know what he is going to do to help us in that vein. But all three of those guys can definitely help us. If I had to think,
you got a ranking?
Yeah, if I rank them, I go Witherspoon 1.
Oh no,
I go Witherspoon 1. I'm biased. I'm gonna go Peasy 2. This is what I mean. The reason why I say I'm biased is this. I love, I'm a man-to-man corner guy. I love a Joe Hayden over Richard Sherman. Like, give me.
I feel like that's gonna fit us better too.
Like, that's my only thing. That's my only thing. I love a guy that can just in your face, down after down. Not saying that Peasy Jr. can't do it. I just question at this level, is that what he's best suited for? Whereas if he was in a Seattle defense, bro, I think he is all world. I think he kills in that type of defense. But with us, I'm just like, I think it still can work. I think he's still going to be fine if he's here. I would still love it. But that's my only thing that just makes me a little hesitant on it. And when you think of Gonzalez, when you think of Witherspoon, those two guys are very similar in their build. I just think that Witherspoon's the better player than Gonzalez. But for Joey Jr., he's very different than those two dudes in terms of his frame and how he plays. That's all. So like I said, it's more personal preference for me, not necessarily that this guy is better than that guy, because literally all three of these dudes, if we talking a different scheme, I'm like, yo, I think this guy's the better guy. But in terms of the type of defense that I'm liking, I'm just like, I kind of like the other one a little bit better. But all three going to cook on our defense, whichever one we get. I think all three cook here, but it's just personal preference for me.
Sure. Any thoughts on players
we
passed on?
I want picks, bro. I want turnovers.
You know, that's something that has been lacking
like,
over the last decade, but not last year.
Right, but who was catching them? Who was catching them? The corners. Minka, Sutton, Levi Wallace, you know what I mean? It's like I want my guys to create turnovers. Akella Witherspoon, we would say we create turnovers. Joe, give it turnovers.
So you're saying
we
this is the Witherspoon we want? This is the right Witherspoon?
Chill out. don't put Witherspoon against us like that. All right, no, don't you say it like that, man. But like I said, I like them all, bro. I do. But I like turnovers, man. They all dope, though. Selfishly, give me PC Jr. Selfishly. Because I'm biased.
We only need one corner.
We only need one.
We only need to pick one corner out of these first three picks, in my opinion.
Bring back Sutton. If it's one of those three, I don't think we could go wrong. If it's one of those three, I don't think we can go wrong.
I'm not wrong. Some people are bringing up, like, hey, could we do a 2-cornerback combo, like get a Joey Porter Jr., then get a Ringo with the second pick? I feel like you're only doing that if you don't bring back Sutton. And I don't think that's a wise thing to do. I think you want to bring back Sutton.
You don't want to roll into this thing with 2 rookies and a Levi. Yeah, I ain't trying to do it. I ain't trying to roll into that. But
you got Pierre back. He's your fourth guy. He's your steady fourth guy.
But what if
my lad in the slot?
But what if you move on from Pierre, you still bring back Sutton, and you bring in 2 of these dudes? You bring one at 17, one at 32, or one at 17.
So many guys.
We play a lot of DBs though. We play a ton of DBs. You just named off how many
for that draft price though?
The talent's there.
I think it's too much.
Fair.
Because now we're talking luxury, and if we're gonna do luxury, you know what I'm thinking.
Deke said, y'all can't take 2 corners and not give me Jordan Addison. He said, you
basically.
You could go 30, you could go 32 in
I think
another
that's why
pick.
I want us to bring back Cam Sutton.
You can't go there, though. You can't do that. That is funny, bro.
What do you think of the guys we passed up? Gonzalez?
Like
Jordan Addison? That's really it in terms of the big names.
Those only 2 that I think of off the top. Intriguing. The Jordan Addison one is obviously intriguing because what we talked about. But I'm still a little bit more intrigued by the potential Michael Mayer than the Jordan Addison. So that's why I can't all the way like trip on the Jordan one. And in terms of Gonzalez versus Joey Jr., it's kind of like the ETN and Najee battle. Like, you remember when we talked about those 2 guys, and it was Najee, ETN, and was it Jamal Williams, right? Yeah. No, not Jamal Williams. Oh my God. Javonte Williams. Yeah. It was those 3 guys, and that's kind of how we ranked them. I think of these 3 guys in the same fashion, except I think all 3 go first round, whereas Javonte went, the first pick of the second round or something like that?
It was early. Yeah. I don't know if it was probably top 5
But it was
picks.
It was top 5 of that second round, so it was like all 3 of them dudes still went fairly right behind each other. ETN and Najee obviously going back to back. So, yeah, like I said, man, for me, man, if the board falls like that, give me Joy because of the bloodline, because of the connection. But if it's any other type of way, and Witherspoon's available, I wouldn't hate it if it was Witherspoon, if that makes sense.
That's fine.
Yeah. But shout out to all them dudes, though, man. Shout out to Mel Kiper, too, man, for dropping that first mock draft, man, giving us something to dive into, a little direction there. So shout out.
Do we want to go, 550, we want to go super chats here?
Yeah, let's tap in.
Then try to close it out with that last topic?
Yes. We're going to get to it eventually. Sean McCartney, we ain't forget you, baby.
Speaking of Sean McCartney, with or without Addison, Steelers should trade or at least reconstruct Deontay's contract.
I wonder with the whole reconstruct thing, it's probably just going to be an extension more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got to worry about it because it becomes a good deal next year.
Yeah, very true.
Where I think we could cut him. We would save 10 on the cap. Yeah, exactly. Big Bad Wolf. What's up, Moats and Deke? Kenny is a backup at best, and I wish we drafted QB to compete with him. I'm sorry, but Brock Purdy is better. Go Bills, Moats. Wow, this dude is a hater.
Why you gotta be all that? I think that's a great ending to your statement. First off, shout out to you for that. In terms of bringing in a backup, or if you feel like Kenny is a backup or drafting a guy to compete with him, you know me, I'm never against competition. I love competition. In fact, I think it's still premature to say that Purdy is better than Kenny because the situations are still very different in terms of what you're asking both of these guys to do. But I don't hate the idea of bringing in competition for Kenny if that were the case, but I don't feel like Kenny needs that to that extent just yet. When you talk about year one, when you talk about not having a full offseason to being the guy, how are we evaluating him? I think this is going to give us that proper time to really evaluate him because most first-round quarterbacks who play in year one, they come in and they're the guy. They get all the OTA reps at one. They get all the starting quarterback reps in training camp. We never did that with Kenny. This is going to be his first year really getting that where we're going to get full-on everything you need, Kenny. We're going to do to make sure that this is here for you and for you to be the best person you could be. So I think this year we'll really be able to evaluate Kenny and say if he is truly a backup at best or if he is what Deke thinks he is in terms of an MVP caliber guy. But I just think that it's still a little premature for him and for Purdy as well, man. That year one is different, man. You can sneak in year one. You're not sneaking up on nobody in year two. And that's the other dynamic too, man. So we're going to get a chance to see what they do, though.
Yeah, this is Kenny's team. Con ain't that stupid to do something like that. Draft a quarterback early on to compete with. Come on. Ryan McPherson, Amos and Deke. It's been a minute since I've watched the show due to life being life, SMH.
I be like that sometimes. I know the fella.
With all the hype about Joe-overrated Burrow, a.k.a. Mr. Uncool, will KP8 surpass him? I think so.
We're going to find out.
I disagree with the Joe-overrated Burrow and Mr. Uncool comment, but I think, like Big Ben said, the sky's the limit for KP8.
Yeah.
The comparisons were there between him and Burrow, and let's see how the chips fall.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's not a talent issue. That's never the issue at this level. It's a can you do it the way that those dudes do it. You watch Joe, the consistency is there. The moment he does it, in any moment, it doesn't matter. It's there.
He has 2 more years under his belt than Pickett.
Yeah.
And high-quality years.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pickett's going to string together high-quality years for us for seasons to come. So we'll be talking about this more and more. Farron Bradford, dang. Now I can see all the Kenny haters on my TV in the comments, LOL. Yeah, they wild. Give 8 some time. Everything ain't instant success.
Hey, man, you know that's what we want.
I think he did have success, though. I'll be honest. Yeah. I thought he had a good rookie year.
But, you know, they wanted it to be like what y'all sold us on. That's all. And that does not happen instantly. That takes time.
I think he lived up. I'll be honest. I think he lived up. Not stats-wise. I don't care about stats-wise, though. What do you mean?
What? I don't get man.
He played really good, especially down the stretch.
You said he lived up. Play really good and lived up are different.
I think it's both.
Nah, you could play really good and not live up to the expectation of what was sold. Because it was sold that he was, like, going to be perfect. It was going to be just
I don't think anyone sold that.
Oh, yeah, they did. This is supposed to be, like,
perfect.
Like Joe Burrow. He come in here and change everything. He going to light it up. He going to throw for 300 a game and all this other stuff. That was what the expectation was. That's what it was sold to us, at least. Yeah.
By who?
You and others. I
don't think anyone said he was going to be perfect.
You're saying he's an MVP candidate. Like, you feel like he could be an MVP candidate right now, correct?
Going into his next year, who knows? I think you never know what type of jumps can be made from first to second year. And from what I saw in his first year, I think the structure's there for him.
Cool.
I really do. But in terms of him being, I don't think anyone thought he was going to be the most perfect guy in his rookie season. I thought he was going to do better than Mitch.
Okay.
I think he did. And then with how the season finished up and the game-winning drives, like, I mean, he lived up. Like, I don't think anyone knew how he would respond in those situations specifically. And he delivered. That was great.
Cool.
You disagree?
All I said was cool, bro.
Well, you could tell me I'm wrong.
I spoke my piece. I
don't think anyone was selling him on being perfect.
I spoke my piece. It's all good. Not everybody
Joe
has
Burrow,
to.
Joe Burrow didn't change the Bengals around his rookie year.
Hey, it's all good, man.
It was his second year made the big jump.
It's all good, baby.
Now, you could tell with Burrow, though, and I think the same thing with Pickett. The structure was there. The framework was there. Now, I don't think his team up in Cincinnati was as good as what Pickett had here with the Steelers for his rookie year.
Okay.
For sure. But you look at certain stats and whatnot, Pickett had a better rookie year than Burrow.
Cool.
So I think he had a good rookie. I think he lived. I guess everyone's expectations were different. Right. I think he impressed.
You making it like did he have a good season or not? We're not saying he'd have a good season, but we're saying did he live up to what was sold? I think that's a different convo.
I think for me, yes, personally, cool. Yes, because I don't care about stats.
All right, cool.
If people just want to look at stats, look at the intercept. No, I like the way this dude led the team, how the offense got better, the game-winning drives, the clutchness, playing winning football, all that. All in his rookie season. That's all good.
That is all really good. I'm with you. That's good.
How the team responds to him.
Yeah, that's good.
Players like him.
All of those are positives. I'm with you. That's all good. Like, really good.
Framework's there. Jay Ramos. I feel like all year Deke and I have been big KP8 supporters. Those who see the throws in the context of everything, no ball. The dude wins.
There you go. We ain't never come to that now. Come on now. Let's get it. Oh, you talking about Big Noriega probably.
I screenshotted that again. Sean McCartney. Though I want guys like Joey Porter Jr. or Jordan Addison, if we can't get guys like that, we can't reach for need, but get best position available. Also, can't wait to hear your top 3 to 5 needs.
Let's go. Combine
might simplify things.
Let's go.
Free agency is going to simplify things as well.
Because that's how it worked out for us both of these years now.
Yeah, you see who we signed in free agency because you got a month and a half before the draft. Because, that goes back to his topic.
That cleared up a lot last year. Like, we need that. Absolutely.
It goes back to his topic, though. Like, how would you do it?
Yeah.
How would you fill the position of need of offensive tackle or cornerback? Would it be through free agency? And then what do you do after that? How do you draft the guys?
Absolutely. You get to play GM, which we definitely going to do. Hopefully we get it. We're going to get to it eventually. It's happening. I feel it.
Steeler Nation on fire says, happy birthday to Dobbs. Come back to the Steelers.
Yo.
The door's wide open for him.
I want it. I would love it. I just don't know if he's going to do it. It would be dope, though.
Official momentum. 3 years since we lost Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's it. Farron Bradford, swap mayor for Washington, and I'm sold, Moats. LOL. So he likes the Georgia guy.
Okay. Let's go. And like I said, I ain't started deep diving into them tight ends all the way just yet, but I just know from what I was watching with Notre Dame was like, yo, I like him.
Can we get Washington in the second round, maybe with our second round pick?
But we do got some picks now. We got some picks, though. We got some action. That's what I'm saying. Like, we got some action,
What's his
bro.
Face? Now, I know last year's tight end class wasn't as good as this year, but didn't Jelani Woods go in the third round?
Yeah.
The Colts?
Yeah, we liked him, too.
And he played pretty good for them.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Ethan Bolt, draft Tucker Kraft at tight end, too. He won't be too early and will be a stud. Dude has great hands, is a great blocker. Hard to find tight ends like that. Smooth.
Yeah. No, facts. That's part of why I like the Michael dude. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, to find that complete tight end that can do all of that is rare. Most of them dudes are either receivers or they're blockers. You don't get the combos like that, man. But when you do find them, it's like, man, you got to go get one of them dudes, man.
Jacob Toman. Would be nice to see Taylor Lewan in the black and gold.
Hey, who put that mock up? I just could have sworn I seen it. I'm tripping. You put the daggone picture up on the cover. I was like, yo, I just seen a picture of Taylor in it. Who made that? I seen somebody with the he was in a Color Rush, right?
I think Jersey J made that
Yeah,
one.
he was in a Color Rush, man.
Yeah, I stole it.
I liked it, though. Shout out.
Fish Momentum says, I'm sorry, Deke. I feel bad. Terrible, even. No, don't feel bad, dude. It's life.
What happened?
I think he's talking about the band name. But like that was even out yesterday.
Yeah.
It's life, man. It's life. It is what it is. Fish Momentum. What O-line and D-line do we keep or let go?
We want Larry back.
I don't think unless we're talking about like a Jesse Davis or who was the other guy, Scott.
Yeah. You funny too, y'all. Was like, yo, who are these guys? Say, man, Trent Scott, number 72, that guy.
Who do we let go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the main one you're talking about on D-line is Ogunjobi, unless
you're talking Cam.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to restructure that deal with him. Yeah. He's got a podcast. Like one of his guests just tell him, hey, man, what are we thinking about here?
Yeah, why hasn't anyone asked him that just yet?
Someone tell him, hey, we need a discount here. You've made some good money in your life. You want to win a championship?
They brought up a name. Y'all foul.
On the D-line or O-line?
O-line, yo boy, Fitty Trey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all are wild.
I forgot about him.
I low-key forgot about him as well. Oh, y'all funny. He said, Kendrick Green, and then they bring it up Wormley.
But we talked about Wormley. He's going to be hurt.
Yeah. Wormley, he dealing with the ACL, man. So, yeah. I don't think they cut him. I think for him, man, you just take what you can, come back here, rehab, and do what you can that way. But, yeah, Kendrick Green, he's interesting, man. Because obviously they still wanted him in the sense of letting him supposedly... Remember, he was competing with Dotson. It wasn't supposedly he was competing with him. But then at the same time, he never addressed this season. But they never cut him either this season. They kept him. Obviously, we know the pedigree in terms of him being, a third-round pick. We'll see. We will see. Because you watch him at practice, he's still going to do what he's supposed to do. He got the effort and all that, and then he does have the starts under his belt. The problem is he's very undersized. So, yeah.
Damon Brown says KG was cursed the day they prematurely gave him the 53 jersey.
You can't get that man that 53. That changed everything. Expectations. Even if we saw, he did some good stuff. Nope. Expectations. When you do that, that's different.
Blink the Patoosie. Cut Green and make sure nobody gets that 53 for a while.
If he changed his number, could he stay there? Would that work?
I don't know, man. The reason you keep him around is for, I guess, versatility and just being a backup. But if someone goes down, I don't know if anyone's feeling good that he's going to have to play in that game.
That is my concern as well.
So what's the point?
You bring up a good point there.
Like, I'd rather have Hassenauer.
I would.
If our left guard or our center goes down.
Even when Green was starting, I was a Hassenauer guy. It was like, yo, bring him out there. We know what he can do. He's consistent. Not sexy. Not going to pass the eyeball test, but he gets the job done.
So, yeah, that's a guy you think of for the offensive line then.
Yeah.
Ty_2. Art Rooney II said, we'll see about a contract extension for Coach T. We should let him decide when he wants to leave. Rooney said...
I think Mr.
Did Rooney say that second sentence? Or is Ty _ saying that?
I don't know. I just know Mr. Rooney. I think they said he spoke today. I haven't had a chance to check it out, though.
I'm fine with it. I'll be honest. Like, if they do give Tomlin that power to say, like, hey, whenever I want to call it quits, I'm going to call it quits. I'm fine with that. He's been damn good.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what they did with Colbert as well. With Kevin Colbert, he started to switch up and was like, I only want to do 1 year deal, so that way whenever I'm ready to be done, I'm done. So, no.
I think Tomlin's motivated for this next decade. Yeah. To win with Kenny. I'm serious.
Yeah, just started his new legacy. Like, all right, I did it with 7. Now I'm going to do it with my young quarterback in a different type of way.
It just, he doesn't have to go to a different team to do it. Like Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Left the Eagles after McNabb era, basically goes to the Chiefs, has a whole new era. He could just do it all in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Calmonier says, I strongly believe if we take the team, and you know who else I think is feeling this way? Pete Carroll.
You know what? You're right.
He might have another 5 years.
Yeah.
Now, Belichick, I thought so. Now, he might have picked the wrong guy. Actually, no. Mac Jones ain't bad.
But
he's bringing up Bill O'Brien now.
They're bringing say.
So I don't know.
If you want to win, bring Bill O'Brien back. Come on.
That was the move they should have made last year.
I would agree.
But yeah, a couple coaches, I think. It's Sean Payton, he's about to gear up for his second hour. He's picking his team.
Yeah.
He's waiting for Staley. I'm telling you, he's waiting for his demise.
It ain't happening.
Well, next year we got to see.
It ain't gonna happen.
Calmonier, I strongly believe if we take the team from last season into next season, we'd be a playoff team. Just got to add a few pieces and we'll be winning the North.
Let's go.
Definitely. Because you're going to get, even if we don't add anyone, we bring the same team back, you're just going to get natural development from the young players.
I would agree. Like I said, our team has a lot of the stuff that we already need. We're just talking about the growth of it. It was just at a younger stage last year, but we already have these pieces. And that's the part where it's like, we got to just keep going through this process. Don't blow it up while we there. We getting there. Just trust it.
Alan T, I agree with Moats on the tight end route. I was thinking that myself. I also like Witherspoon over Porter. With the first two picks, we need to get Kenny a weapon and a weapon for the defense. Address O-line and free agency.
Okay.
A la Taylor Lewan.
I like that. Hey, man. He's showing interest. Hit that like button because he was showing interest, and we like y'all, and y'all like us. Like it. There we go.
Q, Emmanuel Forbes is a stud corner as well as an absolute ball hawk.
All right. Gonna tap in on him some more too. Damn, baby.
I think I saw his name in the first round on that Kiper draft. Farron Bradford, I believe Witherspoon has a track background. He's looking at him for a 4.38.
I hope so, bro. If he run that, confirm it for me. Confirm it.
Sean McCartney, I want Porter Jr., but if you're that settled on not getting him, I would rather get Forbes, who has the record for pick sixes in the SEC. Wow.
Wow, man, I ain't settled on not getting them. I said all three of them dudes I'm going to rock with either way. I'm just picking and choosing. We splitting hairs here. You got to split hairs, baby. Yeah. But, yeah, pick sixes is filthy. Got to like that.
AJ Martinez. Yeah, I wonder if this Forbes dude could drop to the second round now. Snag him at 32. AJ Martinez says, I agree, Deke. 8 is great, but the haters are hot. Is what it is. It's life.
Man, let the haters hate. They need some time.
Jordan Pierce, do you think signing Tremaine Edmonds would mean we would have to give up on signing Spillane? Honestly, probably.
Hold on, say that again?
If we bring in a Tremaine Edmonds, would that mean we have to give up on Spillane? Probably.
Yeah.
Because Spillane, he's not going to be much, but what, $2-3 million? It starts adding up when you combine with all the other signings we got to make.
Especially if you're going to still have a Miles Jack here. That's a lot of money in that room.
Right. If you get rid of Miles Jack, no, I think you do bring back Spillane. It would just be Edmonds as linebacker 1 instead of Jack. AJ Martinez, if Tomlin started 8, we would be playing KC in the AFC final.
We'll never know, unfortunately.
Alan T. Kenny was outstanding this year. Most rookie QBs don't make the playoffs. If Kenny starts from day 1 like Joe, how do you think this season plays out?
We'll never know.
I would be intrigued. I would be intrigued if we could have scooped another win.
Wish we could know, but unfortunately, we'll never know.
Well, I told everyone if we had been, I mean,
what
did I say? After that Ravens game, it was like 9-4, 10-4. Would have been our record. I have supreme confidence.
I know.
Big Bad Wolf. Yo, Moats, ain't Deke the same guy who said he would trade Najee and DJ, but so quick to put Kenny on this magical pedestal? Deke, you so biased. Quarterback's different. It's different, dude. It is.
All right, bro.
It's just different.
As long as it makes sense for you, bro.
It makes 100%
As long as it makes sense for you, that is all that matters. It don't got to make sense to me or anybody else. As long as you got it, that's all that matters, man.
It's just different. We're trying to construct a team. Quarterback is the position you were looking for, and then you build around that. If you don't have that guy, it's tough. It's tough. Ask the Vikings.
No. You funny. Why you got to throw the shot at Kirk at the end of this thing, bro? Like, what Kirk done to you, bro? Big Noriega, you getting Kirk Cousins shot at because you want to mess with Deke or Deke today, man.
Dude, the example is basically any franchise quarterback or Hall of Fame quarterback throughout their career. Yeah. The running backs and the receivers can be interchangeable because you got that guy.
Yeah. But you got to have that guy.
Big Ben, Rodgers.
Yeah, you got to have the guy.
You're seeing with Mahomes right now. They get rid of Tyreek Hill. They got this smorgasbord of receivers in there. Haven't missed a beat.
The only issue you and Big Noriega have, or you and the Big Bat
Wolf, is Kenny the guy? Or
that's it.
Do you think literally Kenny can be that guy?
It. That is literally it. You think he is. He doesn't think he is, and that's the only reason y'all are clashing because y'all saying the exact same thing. It's just you believe and he don't. And I'm in the middle.
No, he thinks Kenny's a backup.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where it goes too far.
But that's him not believing. That's all I'm saying. Like, because if you have a Joe Burrow and you believe Joe is the guy, would Kenny be starting over him or would he just be an elite backup? That's what Noriega is probably hinting at. But we don't know if Kenny's that, if he's not that or not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta see. Let the story play out.
It's still early with him, but
that's what I'm saying.
As I said, the framework is there for him, and I think he can be that guy for us for sure.
Yeah.
Fish momentum, Deke spitting facts. I got you and Moats on anything.
There it is. He was ready to take a bullet for us. He said, "Man, I don't need him to do that, but I appreciate you. We appreciate you. Let's go."
G-Man 39 interested in free agent left guard because they cheap. Nate Davis ?
I mean, it worked with James Daniels last year.
Daniels and Cole.
Yeah. We got what 2 left? Because I was trying to see if we could start that last topic by 6:15. I think we could get it in.
Sure.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to wait till Monday.
No, we could. Right. Mason Nielsen, if the Steelers had the number 1 overall, who y'all taking and why? Shout out from the 801. BYU owns the Utes. Love y'all, boys.
I
like this hypothetical.
And shout out to BYU owning them Utes, them Utah Utes over there, huh? Shout out to all you Zach Wilsons out there, huh? Zach Wilson over Devin Lloyd, that what we saying? All right. No. BYU owns the Utes.
Slovis is BYU's quarterback now.
Oh, he is?
This dude might be changing his tune here this season.
Oh.
I feel bad for this guy.
Wow. He said, he might change his tune after this one day.
I feel really bad for this guy.
Man. But if I were a child and I had the number 1 overall pick, it would be pretty simple for me. Give me Jalen Carter because he is a monster in the interior D-line. And I have Cam Hayward, who obviously we feel is towards the back end. So he could be my mentor. Give me, another year or 2. Get my man right. But I got me a stud interior D lineman that cuts cost. So now I don't have to necessarily be over the top breaking the bank for Larry Ogunjobi. I feel a little bit better about that. I also got a DeMarvin Leal that's going to be out there paired up with that man. So that would be my approach off the top of my head. And if not him, then
I'm thinking Skoronski.
That was the cat from Northwestern, right? The old lineman? Yeah.
I like your call with Carter. It's either him, Anderson, or Skoronski.
Like I want one of them generational.
Anderson, so you're just basically doing the same thing you were talking about with Ogunjobi with Highsmith.
Yes.
You're good with letting Highsmith walk or potentially trading him.
Yep.
And you got Anderson and TJ Watt.
Mm-hmm. Because now it's like, hey, I don't have to pay you like that. You can go get that somewhere. I'm not saying you're not worth that, but I don't have to pay you that anymore because I have a very capable player now.
What would Highsmith go for right now?
Open market?
Would he go for a first-round pick? No, I'm saying what would we get?
Yeah, in terms of a trade, he probably would. Yeah. Because he's a pass rusher. With 14?
In his prime.
Come on, bro. Yeah.
They're obviously going to have to give him a contract. I feel like that's worth something.
Yeah, could play the run, and you give up the first because his contract isn't going to kill you like a Von Miller type contract or a Khalil Mack, so you can make it work. Yeah. I don't want to do that, but it could work like that. But I like how when you threw Will in there, I didn't even put him in there, but that's definitely the mindset, though. It's like, I want to have it where I'm going to get a dominant player. It also gives me leverage on a potential negotiation, and it still is not going to create a need for me. It's going to make this spot even more of a weapon. So, yeah.
Might just take Skoronski, though. Get that franchise left tackle for the course of Pickett's career.
You told me you was good with Dan Moore.
Huh?
You told me you was good with Dan Moore. You said you was going to just, get us a Jordan Addison at 17. We'll worry about O-line later.
All these offensive tackles are going early.
You told me the O-line was fine.
Johnson.
You told me O-line fine. You was like, we good. We could take Jordan. So we don't need Skoronski then, man.
No, I do think we can operate in a good way with what we got right now. I do. I honestly do. But if we can make it better, if we can make it potentially elite, take a Skoronski, take a Paris Johnson. But I would take Skoronski.
You don't believe that Dan Moore could be elite?
That's a great question.
We've seen Chooks.
It's a great question.
Can Dan Moore be the next Chooks?
Well, dude, if you're thinking this way, it just fuels my fire for Jordan Addison.
Don't put that on me. Don't you put that on me.
If you really believe
don't you put that on me. Don't you put that on me, man. No, don't you put that on me.
Yeah, there's no reason to think an offensive tackle late in the first round.
Nope, don't put that on me. Nope. I did not say that. I did not. Don't.
Devon Brown. Deke's Bengals better win Sunday. They talking a lot of trash, calling the stadium Burrowhead. Wow. Wow.
The disrespect. Oh, God.
Wow. We need to draft Gonzalez, period.
Who
Our future
said that?
CBs. Shout out to Trina.
Shout out to Trina. Always shout out to Trina. Bro, who called it Burrowhead?
It's probably the Bengals fans. That's pretty funny.
That is funny. I like that.
I think they can officially call it that if they do win.
Oh, yeah. And they going back to a Super Bowl? Yeah. Joe, light it up. Light that cigar up. I'll have my Chiefs pack. Don't worry about it. You know, I'm with y'all.
Fran Bradford. Well, we do got more super chats rolling in, so I don't know what you want to do about the two. Yeah, we got two right here.
We in it now.
We'll see how it plays out. Fran Bradford says 6 touchdowns and 10 picks. You'd think Kenny is offensive rookie of the year, the way Deke speaks of it. LOL. I rock with 8, though. I think he could have been in the running. But people pick the offensive rookie of the year a lot based off stats. And Pickett missed, 4 or 5 games? Is what it is. I think if he would have started from the beginning of the season, there's a chance. Definitely a chance. I think there should have been a chance even with what he did do. The amount of games he played and all that. But no, I think we talked about this. They're looking at the 2 receivers at 1,000 yards. I think they even threw Purdy in the mix too. Whatever. That's going to happen. You know what it is. That's going to happen.
He said if Purdy wins, oh, man, I feel some type of way. I feel like he ain't played enough. Because it's a regular season award. It doesn't include postseason.
Yeah, why are they coming out with these lists right now in terms of the
regular
nominees?
Season.
Why are they coming out with them now?
Yeah.
Come out with the nominees right after the regular season.
Right before Super Wildcard Weekend happens. Drop it then, man. Hey.
Sean McCartney. Steelers fans can hate Kenny. That's their opinion. But if you are ready to throw out a rookie in an incomplete/young offense and an OC you're not 100% on, then what rookie QB would want to play for fans like that?
He done turned it over and said, hey, how about we look in the mirror before we start saying who is and who ain't? Uh-oh. Good call.
Let's go, UW. Off topic here, but what do the Pens do with Jari? He's a great goalie, but he can't stay healthy.
He hurt right to the All-Star break, isn't he?
Granted, there is not great depth.
He hurt.
I haven't watched too much Penguins this year.
Yeah, I have not either, man. I ain't been watching a lot of them boys. I'm gonna get back soon though.
I would like to know the options because Jari's a really damn good goalie.
Yeah,
he's only out till the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're saying right now.
That's in February, right? Yeah. Middle of February.
So a little a couple weeks.
The rest of the team's got to pick it up. It's not like Jari's been the one screwing them. From what I've been witnessing from afar, at least, the team just hasn't been playing that good recently.
I ain't been watching them like that, man. I need to get back out there, though. I need to.
Well, 10 minutes.
Want to give it a go?
Yeah. I have my off-season plan written up right here.
All right, make sure I got mine.
I might have deleted it, actually.
I look, he was like, yo, where did mine go?
Mine might be on my phone.
All right.
No, I have it.
All right. Dang. Is we enough time?
Yeah, for sure.
It'll be enough time. Yeah, we'll be good. All righty.
Stop it at like 7 or 8 minutes, and then we check to see if there's any other super chats that roll in.
Yeah, all right. So, shout out to the homie Sean McCartney, man, because this was his idea. But we want to talk about top 5 ways Steelers can improve their roster. All right. So, for me, dang, get my notes back up. Jeez Louise. There we go. All right. So, the way I had it was like this, man. I first ranked the positions that I felt we needed more importantly. And those were, number one, I think we need a cornerback one, like a bona fide number one corner. Thought the next thing we needed was an upgraded left tackle, whether that be Dan Moore just improving or us actually getting a higher quality player. Third thing I thought was we need another inside linebacker, because obviously we know that inside room, some of the just trying to figure out what that's going to look like, whether it's Spillane, Robinson, if it's Miles Jack and Robinson, is it Miles Jack and Evans, is it Evans and somebody else? Then from there, I thought left guard was another spot. That was the fourth thing on my list that I thought we needed to improve upon, whether that be bringing in legitimate competition for Dotson or just upgrading from Dotson. And then the last thing that I thought we needed to address was the strong safety position, because obviously we know whether it's Edmonds, Casey, or somebody different, that was going to be a potential hole. Now, the way I went about going to address it for the cornerback, I was like, man, give me one of these young guys in the draft. I would much rather have a draft pick. I would much rather draft one of these corners if I had to pick one versus paying for an older corner that might have a bigger name, but has a lot more mileage, because we know when the cornerback drops off that cliff, man, it is done. Like, they don't age smoothly. It's like you go from being that guy to being barbecue chicken. So I would much rather go with a younger, talented guy in that vein. Also for the left tackle spot, I was like, man, I would want to draft one of those guys second, third round, just to bring in something that's going to either push Dan Moore to make him be the guy that the Steelers think he's capable of being, or bringing a guy in that makes Dan Moore be a nice backup. But I wanted to address that left tackle position with the draft as well. From there, inside linebacker, I was tapping with free agency, man. I wanted to go out there and pay me for one of those guys, man. If it's Edmonds, that's the one, you know? But I want to go spend a little money on that. And then at left guard, it's funny you brought up Nate Davis in the chat. I was thinking the same thing in terms of just free agency because of the James Daniels move a year ago. Being able to find a guy like him, then turning around, finding a Mason Cole. I say, man, we can go get us a left guard for a couple of M's that's going to either push Dotson to make Dotson be a Pro Bowl caliber player, or he's going to take Dotson's spot and make Dotson a high-end backup. But either way, I want to bring in somebody through free agency for that. And then at strong safety, I said free agency because to me, I'm looking at it as free agency meaning I'm bringing back Edmonds or Casey. I don't know which one. If I have my pick, I'm going Edmonds just because of the familiarity, and I love what he's been doing here throughout his tenure. And I think that I would still be able to potentially get Casey back, hopefully, if I could talk to him nicely. But that would be my approach in terms of the 5 areas that I think we need to improve upon and how I would go about doing it. All right. Shout out to you, Sean McCartney. The floor is yours.
First order of business, bring back our secondary.
All right. I
Cam
like
Sutton, Terrell Edmonds, and Casey. Casey ain't going to cost too much, so bring him back on like $1 million or $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Edmonds, pay him what he's worth, right? 4.5, $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Sutton, $6-7 million. Bring back the secondary.
I like that.
Second order of business, bring back Larry O. We got this defensive line fortified. Mm-hmm. No worries there, at least for this year. Long term, yeah. Larry O. Now I don't know if we even want. I don't know what deal I want to give him. I'll be honest. Just we need him back for next year.
Because he's 7 last year. That's what the deal was initially for Chicago. It was like 7, 8, right?
Oh no. It was 10 or 11.
Oh.
It was double digits. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, I'm tripping.
We got him for 8.
We got him for 8. Yeah, I'm definitely tripping. Good call. I'm definitely tripping.
You bring him back, 1 year deal, $8 million. If it's multi, 2 or 3 years, can you get it to like 7, something like that? Make it make sense for both sides. But then, like I said, our defensive line, it's fortified. Cam Hayward, Ogunjobi. We got Montravius Adams back, and then you have T.J. Watt and Highsmith.
Yeah,
I'm feeling really good there. Third, he has shown some serious interest.
Come on, baby. He in Pittsburgh South right now?
He knows the number.
He in Pittsburgh South?
Tennessee?
That's Pittsburgh South.
Is it?
He in Pittsburgh South, man.
I know Pittsburgh West is Arizona.
It's Pittsburgh South.
Is it? Yeah, I could see what you're saying there. Yeah. The little Bo connection.
The Bud connection.
Bud went down there. Nate
Ola,
Washington went down there. Chris Hope back in the day.
Ola Daney was down there. Like I said, man.
Steelers South. Yeah, I get what you're saying there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, finally we get one of theirs. We get Taylor Lewan to come up here.
Okay.
He heard the Twitter video. 7-8 million. Hopefully it is 7, maybe even 6.
6.5.
Yeah, something like that. Left tackle taken care of. Now the draft comes around, and we do everything. I'm not gonna go into everything. We got so basically our linebackers. I'm good with Robinson, Spillane, and everything else as is. We pick up some of our guys that are free agents that could fill in for special teams and depth, whatever. With our 32nd pick, we draft a cornerback. Hopefully Gonzalez falls, Joey Porter falls, one of these guys falls.
Somebody gonna fall.
Something happens.
Something got
Combine,
happen.
there's some jankiness going there. Where
somebody gonna slow down their time.
One of these top 3 corners we're talking about falls. Maybe it's even this Forbes.
It could be Forbes too, yeah.
I don't mind him. Ringo out of Georgia.
Yeah.
We get a corner at the 32nd pick. That dude, whoever it is, that rookie, combined with Cam Sutton, Levi Wallace, Edmonds, Casey coming back, and also Micah Fitzpatrick. Secondary is set.
For a while.
So as I sit back and look, I'm like, I don't know if we really need anything else. Our team looks good. Maybe we do bring in left guard competition for Dotson, free agency too, if we have some bucks left over. So what do we got to do here? What do we got to do? If we know we're going to be drafting a corner at 32, that leaves our 17th overall pick.
You're funny.
And as I said at the beginning of the podcast, you only get one chance. You only get one chance to draft the Biletnikoff Award winner, the guy that Kenny Pickett was throwing to in college and setting records all over the place. You only get one chance at that.
There it is.
And you take Jordan Addison with the 17th overall pick. Now what you do after that, that's above my pay grade right now because we just talked about... Well, he did say 5. Was it 5 off-season moves? So I was going to say, it kind of cuts off after the draft.
Yeah. So we to the first part of it. This is the
maybe,
first part of the
maybe
offseason.
You could, maybe you could trade
later.
Deontay, like TG was saying. We pick up another second-round pick, and then you could draft that second tight end that you were talking about. So, like, I don't see how this team is not absolutely loaded going into next season.
Should be.
Because we could do this multiple tight end set and also get Jordan Addison and get our corners. The pathway's set right there. I just laid it out for you.
You heard that, man. Let's get it.
That is my, that's my 5.
I like
Bring back the secondary, bring back Lario, sign Luan, draft a corner in the second round with that 32nd pick. Draft Jordan Addison, 17.
That sounds like a win, man.
And maybe, like I said, maybe we don't even have to do the Deontay trade. Maybe we could take one of these tight ends with our second round pick.
Well, either way, we got options there. But I like it. And I was going to say, we perfect time, too, because it's 6:28, man. We was right on the money how you ended that right there.
We got 2 super chats real quick.
Let's tap it.
No, 1. I'm sorry.
I should be just 1, yeah.
Just 1. We got confirmation. Nope. Whoa. Yeah, here we are.
Well,
Nate
right.
Fisher, we got confirmation on who started Burrowhead. It says Mike Hilton and Eli Apple started Burrowhead. That's bad.
Mike,
that's bad.
You, Mike said it ain't so.
Oh.
It was probably Eli, and then Mike just followed it. Like, that was just.
Oh, wait. Speaking of that, what's our picks?
Give me Cincinnati and give me Philly. Who you like?
I'm going Philly as well. This news that Eli Apple and Mike Hilton came up with Burrowhead, I'm leaning Mahomes.
There it is.
That dude's going to be pissed, man.
There it is. I like it then.
That dude's going to be pissed.
I like it.
Dude, works. Eli Apple's going to get torched now.
I hope so.
He's going to get torched.
I hope so.
Yeah, Chiefs, Eagles.
All right, so you got Chiefs, Eagles. I got Joe Shiesty in them Eagles. I like it.
That Chiefs-Bengals game, man, that's 50-50.
Yeah.
That's a 50-50 game.
Either
right
way,
now.
It's going to be a blast.
I do think Mahomes is healthier than what has been getting let off.
He was walking around jumping just fine. He's good to go.
He's going to be fine.
He's going to be good to go. So that's going to make it dope, man.
And Eagles, dude, how about I saw this jackass on Twitter give his final quarterback rankings for the QB still left in the playoffs?
Yeah.
1, Mahomes. 2 Burrow, 3 Purdy,
and then 4 was
what a jackass, dude.
I did see that.
What a jackass. So that's why I got the Eagles. Like,
yeah,
I got Hurts over Purdy, man.
Nah, facts. I'm with you.
Like, as cool as Purdy has done, his story and everything, he's done well for the 49ers. Like, you were talking about this. Like, Hurts was an MVP candidate for, like, this whole season until he got hurt.
Exactly.
And he lit it up last playoff game. So, like, I don't think there's this, oh, man, he's not going to show up in the playoffs. No, I think he's good. I think he's going to
Philly winning that game, bro. Philly's definitely winning it, man.
TG got 49ers, right? Who did he say?
He said Philly as well. I think he said Philly and the Chiefs. I hit him up, though. We'll find out. But, yeah, man, this was a vibe, though, bro.
Great timing.
This was a vibe, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. We enjoyed y'all. Y'all hit that like button on the way out of this thing. Stay safe over the weekend. And we'll see you next week. And you already know. Until next time, baby.
Peace.